Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day one of the growth week. It is finally here, but before we can get into that, we of course need to wrap up last week. We did have a chill week last week at Lapis Lakeside trying to catch us a double corn stuffle, which we did in fact find. So if you missed that video, go back a couple days and check out just how good it was, because I was yeah, I'll just leave it a surprise. I won't say anything else about it, but we are going to pick up 100 sleep points. That puts us at 5,593. And for our daily lottery, we're going to grab, let's see, one recovery incense, which is fine. I used a couple of them last week, so doesn't hurt to get a couple more in the bag. Never a bad idea to have some on hand. All right, and with that out of the way, we can jump into our final sleep report of the chill week that we had at Lapis Lakeside. If we get slumbering, maybe we'll get another double corn stuffle. That would be a really nice way to end the week. Or a shiny, you know, either one. I'm not going to complain too much. 8.5 hours of sleep, barely got that 100. That is definitely a snoozing sleep type. 2% dozing, 53% snoozing, and 45% slumbering. Definitely going to be snoozing type. Sure is. I believe that's Dratini. It's either Ralts or Dratini, but I'm pretty sure it's Dratini. Which is actually pretty good, because we do need some extra candies for our whole Dragonite, Dratini, whatever situation, where we have way too many of them. 42.420 million drowsy power. Yeah, we have way too many Dratinis, so the more candy I can get, the better. No, it looks like I was wrong. It was not Dratini, it was Ralts. Also need Ralts candy too, so that's fine. That's fine. Couple of kitty cats showed up though. Also, okay, well, I saw a Ditto there too. All right, let's see. So we have a Slowpoke, a Jigglypuff, two Meowth, a Ralts, another Jigglypuff, and a Ditto. A pretty interesting final sleep research. Again, Sunday sleep research just kind of They're always just kind of middle of the road, nothing really special. I feel like Sunday sleep research is always one of the least interesting, pretty consistently from one week to the next, and none of them are hungry. But you know what? I think I know what we're gonna do. We're going to, yeah, we're just gonna feed it to this Ralts. If we catch it, it's extra candy. If not, no worries. We didn't catch it. So no worries. We're just gonna go ahead and move on. Because nothing else is really all that interesting. I mean, I could use a better Ditto, but Ditto is outperformed by other Pokemon, and I don't really care to feed a Pokemon that much for something that gets outclassed by others. So, yeah, I'm just going to move on. I don't see any reason to waste time or biscuits trying to catch most of these. We, of course, are going to send out the Ralts candy, because that's always going to be helpful for people. So we're going to send that out, and let's see, only 5. It makes sense. We're also going to grab about almost 6,000, about 5,700 dream shards. Not too bad. Not too bad. Slowly clawing back from that Cramomatic deficit. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's grab our last mission before we move on, because I don't even remember if it goes away if I hit move on. So let's grab that. Did feed enough berries to get the extra dream shards, and now we can choose our next research site. Now, I did ask a few days ago where you guys were planning to go for the growth week event, because I wasn't really too sure, and you know, I had a couple places in mind, but just didn't really have anything solid that really stood out to me as like the clear winner. And I guess that's because there aren't really many events going on, or event bonuses going on to really push me towards one place or the other. But a lot of people did bring up a very good point. Actually, I guess we should get through the weekly summary before I talk about where we're going. It's Ultra 2, as you guys know. That was our goal, was to stay between Ultra 1 and 2. Final strength, 424,206. Gains from berries, 236,676. And our gains from cooking, 187,530. All of them down, of course, but that was to be expected with our plan. And our plan worked this time around. I think that's the third time I've tried it, and it only worked this once. Very surprising that I got an S rating, considering, what was that, Friday night that we stayed up till like 12:30 streaming. So very surprised that I got an S rank still, but I'll take it. 6 small handy candies, that's fine with me. But anyway, Like I said, a lot of people brought up an interesting point that they were going to one place or another for specific candies, because we do get the candy boost for the Pokemon that show up in our sleep research. And I think that's a pretty good idea. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and stick at Lapis Lakeside. We do have another 35% or another 5% area bonus now, which gives us 35%. And I think this time, I think we're just going to try to maybe not push as hard as we can for rank, but I think we're going to try to get a decent rank this time. Because as you know, the higher the evolution level of your Pokemon that you find, the more candy you get. And with the bonus, we get even more candy. Of course, I got salads because of course I did. Okay, well, that's gonna kind of hold us back. Okay, well, honey times 10. We also have to balance it out with the fact that we do want to grow some Pokemon, so some of the Pokemon are going to be on our team and going to hold us back from making the best that we can. So we also have to keep that in mind. I did try to collect as many berries from all of them as possible to try to fill up their inventory with ingredients rather than berries, but it looks like Stuffle still found quite a bit of berries. Walrein too. Honestly, this might be another just kind of pseudo chill week. Maybe I'm not going to push as hard as I had originally said. The more I think about it, the less likely that seems to be a good idea. But we do have what we need for a Calm Mind fruit salad. And that might give us a pretty decent bump to start the week. So yeah, let's make that. And we'll see what else we can do later on. We need a few extra ingredients. What do we have a decent amount of? I feel like herbs is a pretty good idea. Maybe we do that. Oh, we do have a lot of corn. You know what? We got Stuffle on the team, and Stuffle's gonna be on the team all week. Hopefully we'll get to level 30 Beware by the end of the week, so let's throw in some extra corn. Corn's a pretty decent filler ingredient, and it's extra tasty. So yeah, I guess we're starting off pretty well. 25,612 is going to be a lot of levels on this Calm Mind fruit salad. So what is that going to end up at? Level 12? Not bad. Not bad at all. It does bump it up pretty high in the salad ratings, but it's still just Calm Mind fruit salad. Still not the best thing we can make. But probably the best thing we can make without a pot expansion. All right. We already jumped up to basic 3? Is that what that said? Or were we just shy of basic 3? Just shy. All right, not too bad though. Not too bad. Again, it's gonna be a pretty chill week. We're gonna sit here with most of this team the same. For sure, the Snover. Between the Snover and the Stuffle and the Eevee, you know what? I need to check the Eevees. Another skill trigger. I should have known that when it told me to clear out inventory space to make room for a skill trigger. That's gonna be a lot of ingredients. I kind of wish I hadn't collected from Eevee yet. Oh, it didn't fill my bag. I thought it would. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we're gonna do here. So for our team, I think I'm just gonna stick with the team I have already. I don't think I'm gonna mess with this one. I don't really see a point in that. I do want to check the Eevee. How much sleep time do we have? Only 77. We're just over halfway where we need to be for an evolution. If I don't want to do the Glaceon, which I'm not entirely sure that I don't want this to be a Glaceon. We already have a Sylveon. We already have a Flareon. Glaceon does kind of make sense. I believe Glaceon has the higher trigger rate out of it and Flareon. But you know what? Let's go ahead and double check while we're here. Might as well double check it just to be sure. Where are you? There you are. Skill trigger rate 6.3% versus Flareon. Where are you? There you are. 5.2. So yeah, it does have the higher skill trigger rate. I just don't know if I for sure want this to be. We will need to invest a couple of seeds in it down the road. But with those couple of seeds, this will be a very, very, very good Glaceon. And so we could use this Glaceon pretty much everywhere except for Taupe Hollow, where we would actually bring Flareon in. And as good as Flareon has done for us in the past, Glaceon would do even better. So, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure that I don't want this to be a Glaceon. I don't really know what else would make sense for this one, given its sub-skills and nature. I mean, for Jolteon and Umbreon, we really want a berry finding, possibly even a helping bonus. And I mean, Vaporeon could make sense, but with Blastoise, I don't really know that we need Vaporeon because it's the same ingredient coverage. Vaporeon does have a higher skill trigger than Blastoise, but that's if we just want to gamble with ingredients. And we already have an Espeon that's very good, so we don't need that. And then Leafeon, I don't even know what Leafeon does. Where's Leafeon? There you are. Energizing Cheer. Yeah, Leafeon's probably the least helpful out of all of them. So, oh, maybe, no, we don't have a Sylveon. I misspoke earlier. I said we had Sylveon. We don't. We have Espeon. That was what I was thinking. But we already have a really good Ralts, so we don't, or Gardevoir, so we don't need Sylveon. It really seems like Glaceon is the only choice for this Eevee. So I could do that now, but I don't know that I want to. I'm gonna hold off for now, let this Eevee grow a little bit more while I think about it some more. But however, that said, we do want these guys to get pretty high level. What can I get you to without using too many candies? I want to hold on to 40 of them. Gets you to 23, which is not bad. I don't think you can evolve at 23 yet. I think it's closer to 30. Oh no, it's 20. Never mind. So we could evolve that into a Beware. Maybe. Maybe we do that. Not today, though. You, however, I do need to get some more candy. Not too many, though. Only 12. That's not too bad. And we can get you to... Abomasnow. That's the one. Okay, so... for this team, let's check the stats. Only one of them bringing in a favored berry, and not really too much of it. Let's see, with sausage, milk, corn, cocoa. Let's go back to the recipes. What can we really do with that? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Sausage, milk, corn, and cocoa is, I mean, there's contrary chocolate meat salad that we could do, I guess. Yeah. You know what? I think we're just gonna kind of make whatever we can throughout the week. I don't think we're really gonna focus on any specific salad this time around. Either that or... you know what? Got an idea. I got an idea. I'm gonna let today run with this team because I do want to run out some more ingredients through lunch and dinner. And then after I can actually collect all of these ingredients and get them in the bag and off the field, because there's a bunch of them here, then I will spend a day with a fully berry focused team, Raichu, Gengar, and the like. Try to really pump out some very high strength for that one day, maybe 2 days, just to try to get really high in the ratings or rankings, and then swap back to the team that I actually want to grow. I think that might be the way to go. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to think about this chill week when I've got all these ingredients just chilling there. Actually, nope. Better idea. I'm thinking about this on the fly. Better idea. Let's just do it now. Where's my Raichu? There you are. Pretty solid Raichu. Who has their inventory cleared? All three of you do. We'll swap you out for now. Actually, good question. that I just thought of. Who does better here? Is it better to have Meganium or Gengar if we just want to pump out pure berries? Not that one. This Gengar, the one without ingredient finder. And Meganium, who is now, yeah, still 29. Still Meganium. Cool. Okay. So we can put Meganium on the team for now. Oh, Lapis is selected. Okay. Still Meganium. And then we can swap in. Where are you at? You're going to be further down the list. Why am I looking so high? There you are. We'll swap you in. Hopefully keep Raichu and Meganium pretty high energy. And then once I can clear out Walrein and Blastoise's inventory, probably after lunch, which, fun fact, maybe right now. Let's see. Maybe I can at least clear out one of their inventories. What can we make? Calm Mind Fruit Salad again. Why not? Let's do it. Fiery Herbs. Fill out the pot. We're just going to make whatever we can make this week and try to get a pretty high rank. Hopefully at least enough to get that incense. That would be nice. Calm Mind Fruit Salad now level 14. Very nice. Okay. It used 57 ingredients, so that should be enough to clear out somebody. I don't know that I want to get Walrein off the team because Walrein I'm pretty sure has helping bonus at level 25. So I want to keep Walrein for now, possibly. Okay, so we are basic 3. This is a very, like, all over the place video. I am doing all of this on the fly, so you're getting to see my brain work in real time. Okay. Pokemon. Then we go to check out Blastoise, or no, Walrein. Helping bonus, I'm pretty sure, is already there. Yep, helping bonus. I'm gonna keep helping bonus on the team just for now, because that will help our berry finders. Blastoise doesn't have anything that will help the berry finders. So not really too worried about that one. We can clear him out. Should be enough. Oh yeah, actually it might be enough to clear out Walrein's inventory too. Yep, cool. All right, well, I'm gonna leave Walrein for now. Just for now. And then Blastoise will swap out. Is my Primeape actually better than Blastoise here too? It might be. I forget which one was the better performer. I think it was you, actually. I think it was the helping speed one, funny enough. But let's go ahead and get the other one just to be sure. Berry finding. Yeah, just barely the helping speed one. Cool. All right, so we'll get that one. On the team, they both outperform Gengar here, which makes sense. It is a favored berry. Cool. All right, that's the team we're gonna run with for now. Is it? Is it though? Is it though? Let's see. Where's my Walrein? There you are. 16,000. You know what? That's close enough to this Primeape, which was the only thing I'd put on the team. Still outperforms the Gengar too, somehow. But it's close enough to this Primeape, and it has helping bonus, which will help improve everybody else's collection. So I think that, you know, 1,300, 1,400 that we're going to lose from Primeape to Walrein is worth it for the helping bonus that's going to be applied to everybody else, the 5% that we're going to gain from everyone else. So definitely going to leave Walrein on the team for now. This is going to be the team that I run with for today, and we're just going to try to pump out as much in the ranks as we could possibly get. So that's going to be the plan. Tomorrow we'll reassess the team, may swap out for a more ingredient focused team. Just going to kind of see how things go. Maybe I need to stock up some ingredients, but of course salads showed up and kind of ruined everything. But yeah, that is going to be the plan for now. We're going to stick with this team for today, reassess tomorrow, and that's going to be it for this video today. So thank you for watching the video. If you do enjoy these videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. While you're down there, go ahead and join us in the Discord, which is the link to that is in the description box of every one of these videos. So if you want to come and hang out with the fun community, talk about Pokemon and other video games, the link to that is there in the description. Other than that, y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 2 here of the growth week, just taking it easy here at Lapis Lakeside, and we are starting off pretty strong. 171 XP gained, and also 31,292 sneaky snacking, which is very good, but it would have been a lot higher had Gardevoir actually gotten a single skill trigger yesterday. I checked the game about 7 or 8 times, and not once did I get a skill trigger from Gardevoir all day long. So kind of making me regret that decision, but it is what it is. We are going to grab a recovery, and since we're going to bed on time, getting that stamp reward, we're also going to hit a new rank because of that sneaky snacking. Puts us at grade 1. Yeah, just kind of disappointed about the whole Gardevoir situation. Could have had another berry specialist on the team and gotten a lot more strength if Gardevoir was not going to trigger. But I mean, I suppose we weren't going to know that unless we tried. But we are going to grab 100 sleep points, puts us at 5,693 for our total. And for our daily lottery, hopefully we can get something nice. A small ingredient ticket that is kind of nice, very good. Not going to need that anytime soon because we are just completely packed full of ingredients right now. But let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see what, if anything, interesting we can find. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what we get. The game felt like it was freezing there, so maybe that's a foreshadowing of what's to come, but hopefully not. 9 hours and 4 minutes of sleep. Ooh, that's pretty even snoozing and slumbering, but I don't think that means balanced. We're probably going to get slumbering. Yep, slumbering type. That is fine. That gives us more Stuffle chances, which, you know, even though we got a really good one, never hurts to have another really good one. So let's see, not even 10 million drowsy power, only 9 million, just barely over 9 million at that. 5 spawns, kind of slow going for the beginning of the week. I was hoping to be at least at 6 spawns by now. Squirtle's another good one that could show up because more Squirtle candy is also very nice since we do have the 2 really good well, one very good Blastoise and the other like ultra hybrid mid Blastoise. So, you know, more Squirtle candy is not a bad thing. I don't know why I'm scrolling around. I never do that. I always hit the skip forward button. So we got Squirtle. Squirtle squad showed up today. All right. Cool. Oh no, that's Wartortle, not Squirtle. Yep, that does make sense. So we got Squirtle, Wartortle, Squirtle, Pichu, and Doduo. No Stuffle today, so unfortunately no more Stuffle candy, but a decent amount of Squirtle candy for our first growth week sleep research. Anybody hungry? Doduo's hungry, of course, when I don't need it to be, because I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I did catch the other one. That's right, I did catch that Doduo, so we don't need it to be hungry. What do I want to do? I could just feed the Doduo and take it home. I do want a Doduo, but how do I want to handle this? Because I don't know if I want another Squirtle or not. I kind of feel like I should try to catch another one. Kind of feel like the Blastoise we have, while it is very good, we could use a different ingredient spread and hopefully a really good Blastoise with some different ingredients. I feel like that might be a good thing. Maybe a milk cocoa Blastoise would be really good, but I'm not 100% sure. Then again, maybe we just worry about that when the need arises, because right now we have milk cocoa milk, which is pretty good. You know what? Let's go ahead and take the let's take the Doduo home, and we are going to feed the Squirtle. How much? I'm not sure. I just realized this is level 2. That means the very first Squirtle that I caught was the shiny one, which turned out to be our like 93 ingredient gatherer, just our absolute beast. Got very lucky there. Okay. Let's that fun little side aside. Let's go ahead and feed this this Squirtle. Not entirely sure how much I want to feed the Squirtle. Yeah, let's keep going. Don't want to spend any Great Biscuits on a Squirtle. I think we'll do, yeah, let's do one more. And if we get a big hit, then we can take it home. Unfortunately, no. I think I'm going to stop there, though. I don't think I want to spend any more biscuits today. And then if we see the Squirtle again, we can just use the bonus biscuit to take it home. It is 1 pip wasted, but I wanted to try to see if we could get that big hit to take it home today. Unfortunately not, but we're definitely going to send out the Wartortle picture for the Squirtle candies. Not like it really makes a difference, I guess. Interesting that it's 8 for each of them. Oh, because they're 2 stars. That's why. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and move on. And we should get not too many, only about 1,100 dream shards, maybe 1,200, somewhere around there. But we did catch this lovely Doduo. And we can see level 15 in Brave. Ooh, I think Brave is good for us. I think. Let's see. All soybeans. That's fine. Ooh, not good. Not good. Ingredient Finder S and M at 10 and 25. Not good. Dream Shard bonus. Also not super great. Helping Speed is good, but it's way too late. Skill Trigger also good, but way too late. Brave is good. Speed of Help Up is very nice. Unfortunately, the sub skills just tank this Doduo. It's going to start off, well, it may still be all right because of the nature, but it's going to start off really well. And 96 is one of the best natures you can have for a Doduo, but these sub skills, unfortunately, just drag it down. Yikes. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Well, it also doesn't have berry finding or helping bonus, which we really want to see on a new Doduo, because we have a pretty decent Dodrio, but it doesn't have either of them, either of those 2 sub skills. So really looking for berry finding or helping bonus to even consider keeping a Doduo. So this one is also going to join the professor like the other one from the other day. All right, let's move on. Let's continue and see what we can find. Another 569 sneaky snacking is what we're gonna find. We also found, ooh, new news. I forgot this was spoiled for me yesterday, but between going to sleep and waking up, I have forgotten that we got it. The Incredible Deal Trial Bundle Volume 2. The last time we got a trial bundle, I believe it was $2.99 USD, and it was very much worth it. I am assuming this is going to be very similar, where it's going to be cheap and very worth it. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. Trial Bundle Volume 2 filled with items and diamonds will be available beginning July 9th, 2024 at midnight. Unlike the usual bundles that are exchanged for diamonds, Trial Bundle Volume 2 can be purchased directly for real-world money. It's packed with plenty of items that can help you with your sleep research. The availability period is July 9th at midnight to February 25th, 2025 at 10:59 p.m. The price varies depending on your currency and region, so please check your device's shop. Let's see. Trial Bundle Volume 2 contents: 150 diamonds, 350 bonus diamonds, so 500 diamonds in total. I believe, if I remember correctly, that's what it was before. 10 Poke Biscuits, very good, and another good camp ticket. The good camp ticket alone is pretty much worth it if the price is reasonable. Unfortunately, it's not available now, and the price is not listed here, so we won't know what the price is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be very similar, if not the exact same as the bundle before. Like I said, for us, that was $2.99 USD. At $2.99, that's a pretty good deal. Even potentially up to $4.99, it might still be a good deal, but if it's somewhere in there, it's gonna be worth it if it's somewhere between $3 and $5. So looking forward to figuring out what that price is gonna be. And yeah, I'm glad that they're doing more of these trial bundles. It's kind of nice to help players who may not have a whole lot of money to spend on a recurring monthly basis, but do want to get a little bit of something every now and then. This is a pretty good deal. Like I said, 500 diamonds and a good camp ticket, very good, plus 10 Poke Biscuits never hurt. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. Looking forward to see what the actual price is going to be. And then we can make a real determination on whether or not it's actually going to be worth it from there. But moving on to our community reports, we do have 46 of them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 that doubled up. Almost broke 20, but just barely missed it. No level ups today. That is all right. We got 19 candies that doubled up on top of the growth week extra candies. That's a good thing. That's what we want to see. Okay, so let's jump into breakfast. Get these meat and potatoes going. What can we make? Again, the Calm Mind fruit salad. I think I made this every meal yesterday. If not every meal, at least 2 of them, but I think I made it for every meal. We did get an extra tasty yesterday morning. Another extra tasty this morning would be nice. No such luck. But 14,504 is very good. That puts the Calm Mind fruit salad now at level 18. I was way off on that. All right. And that, I don't know if that's going to push us into grade 2. It might. It does. Okay. I'm already kind of trying to figure out what we're going to do with this team. I was really hoping to be a higher rank by now. And unfortunately, we haven't gotten to that higher rank. So it's making me think we need to keep the berry team out. Gardevoir, unfortunately, not triggering yesterday really hurt the team. Ooh, I just saw that we have a Dratini instance at Master 3. We definitely need that. We did get 1,430 Dream Shards for hitting grade 2. Yeah. I think we do. Let's see. Can we get a skill trigger here? Finally. 18 energy for the entire team. Collect your inventory. And basically, this is what I did all yesterday. I checked everybody's inventory just to see if they got a skill trigger, and then collected all of Gardevoir's inventory to keep it completely empty to try to get skill triggers. Didn't get a single one, but everybody else got their inventory full. There's a lot of strength in those berries just chilling on the ground. But for now, I think we just kind of wait. I think we don't do anything. Yeah, I wanted to change the team out today to the ones I actually want to get some XP, but we need to try to get a lot more spawns. And I went to the wrong page. And I think for now, we just have to leave it as is. We do have a lot more space for ingredients. That's good. I don't know. I mean, if we had anything but salads, it'd be easier to try to climb the ranks by making a stronger dish. But unfortunately, we would have to switch to an entirely ingredient-focused team just to make a decent salad. And being able to make the Calm Mind salad is actually one of the best things we can make right now. But we only have 1 apple left and we need 20, so... This is a problem. This is a big problem. We just had to get salads for the growth week. If I had anything else, this would be so much easier. We really need more salad dishes. We really do. We're 31,000 away from grade 3. Master 3 is so far away, 850,000. We may not make that this week. We're just gonna have to... Yeah, we're gonna have to leave the team as is for now, and hope that Gardevoir can trigger more often. 103, 103, 103. Everybody should be 103. If Gardevoir could trigger at least 3 times a day, maybe 4, that might be exactly what we need to really pick up the pace, because we really should be doing better this time around. It shouldn't be this hard to climb through the ranks. Just for the funsies, let's go ahead and check it out, because we should be higher by now. I'm kind of disappointed that we're not. Let's switch over. Let's see, sync all. Yep, level 30. Okay. We've got the level 30 primate, or 31, I mean, too far. This is not going well. This week is not going well so far. Raichu's not too far down. There you are. Ooh, you're level 39 now. Got a level last night. Very good. Okay. And then we've got Walrein. Where are you at? There you are. Also gained a level. And Meganium. I went too far. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so we're on Lapis. Yeah, we should be getting a lot more. We should be getting a lot more right now. Let's see. We have a long way to go. 25,000 though. Actually, you know what? Let's double check our healer. Energy, what is this, times per day? I haven't even put that in there. Let's just say 3 because that's the average. Okay. So these don't change. Interesting. I thought they would change. Skill recovery, 18 each, 3 times a day. Are we linking it to somebody? I guess so. Ah, we can pull it from the box. Okay, so we get the actual average and the actual amount. I did not know this was here. Sometimes you find some interesting things when you're just looking around. So if you click this button right here next to the energy recovery, you can select an energy recovery Pokemon, and it looks like only energy for all though, or energy for everyone. And it will actually port in the real numbers for that specific Pokemon. Good to know. And we got to that just by clicking this gear icon up here in the top right, clicking the little box next to the skill recovery under the energy tab. Job done. Okay. It doesn't look like it's really changed anything, but we still should be getting roughly 100,000 per day just in... Oh, that's assuming energies. Let's, yeah, let's go ahead and do this, because that's what we're doing. All right, one more. Okay. It's still about the same. It's still about 100,000. And that's not taking into account the meals, which is only an extra 30 to 40,000 a day. We would have to stick with this berry team the entire week to get to Master 3, so I don't think we're getting to Master 3. As unfortunate as it is, I don't think it's happening. But we have to stick here for now, just to try to get at least 6 spawns. I really would like to get 8 if possible, but that's 750,000, which is probably not going to happen. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to leave it as is and just wait and see how things go. Unfortunately, growth week not going the way I had hoped, simply because of salads. Like I said, if we had anything other than salads, we'd be fine. If we had curries, we could make some really good curries. The Dream Eater butter curry would be a really good one. If we had desserts, we could make our the Jigglypuff fruity flan. We could stock up some ingredients for a couple of days and then just really max out the rank towards the end of the week. Unfortunately, we got salads, and none of the salads are really strong unless we try to go for the green grass salad, which we need Flareon on the team to get a skill trigger, to get a pot expansion. So we're just not in a good spot having salads for growth week. That unfortunately has kind of ruined everything. But I'm going to leave this team for one more day. We're going to see how far we can get. Hopefully at least get 6 spawns. If we could get 7, that'd be really good. But I think that's close to Ultra 1 or Ultra 2. Might be Great 5. I'll have to double check. So I'm going to try to at least get 6 spawns, if not 7. And then just kind of go from there. Unfortunately, like I said, salads just kind of ruined the entire plan. But nothing we can do about it but just see how things go. That's gonna do it for today's video. So thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these daily videos. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that link to the Discord in the description of this video. We have a great community over there. Everybody's having a lot of fun talking about Pokemon and other video games. So if you want to join us, go ahead and click that link in the description. Other than that, that is gonna wrap it up for this video. So thank you again for watching. Y'all have a good night. Hopefully your growth week is going better than mine. But until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 3. I kind of forgot my days of the week so far. We're on day 3 here on Lapis Lakeside, taking it easy for growth week because we are having a pretty decent chill event for this week. We are going to get 3,016 sneaky snacking. That seems a little bit low, but I'll explain why later on. For now, we're just going to go ahead and jump into everything else. We are going to grab 100 sleep points. And that is going to put us at 5,793. And then for our daily lottery, we're going to pick up, let's see, let's go. Come on, there it is. We're going to grab a small ingredient ticket. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. So with that out of the way, we can jump into this sleep report and see what we're going to get. I really don't care all that much what sleep type I get. I'm happy to get anything pretty much because we are getting bonus candies. So no matter what spawns, as long as it's one of the big 3 that spawn here on Lapis Lakeside, I'm happy with it. 9 hours, 41 minutes of sleep. Very good. Looks like a snoozing sleep type. That's going to be, ooh, maybe dozing though. 10%. That's a lot. 53% snoozing and 37% slumbering. That is, yep, that is a snoozing type. So that means, Ralts? I don't know. I learned a couple months ago, because people in the comments were telling me, hey, this is how you remember them. And then we haven't been here in a while and I forgot because my brain's smooth. But we did get 6 spawns, not quite the 7 that I wanted, but 22 million drowsy power is pretty good. So maybe we'll get something interesting. There is one thing interesting that I see. That's good. Something we're probably going to try to catch. So we've got Pikachu, a Persian, a Wobbuffet, an Eevee, a Meowth, and a Slowpoke. Cool. All right. Just trying to make sure I covered everybody. No new sleep styles, but that's to be expected. We are running out of sleep styles to find, so not surprising. I think every island I'm like 75 or 80%, but no one's hungry, and that's unfortunate because I definitely want to catch you. Let's see. A big hit would be nice right about now. No luck. I do want to catch the Eevee because we need better ones. I have a pretty decent one that I've been contemplating evolving to Glaceon, the one that I showed, I believe it was Monday or maybe at the end of last week. I have that one that I've been contemplating evolving into a Glaceon, but I've seen in discussion in the Discord and in the comments, maybe it's not the best fit for a Glaceon, that maybe I should look for something a little bit better. So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not 100% convinced that I need something better for a Glaceon necessarily, because the one that we have with a little bit of sub-skill seed investment would make a good Glaceon. But if we can find one that doesn't need the seed investment, why not, you know? So I'm gonna hunt a little bit for another Eevee, and maybe there will come a point where I need the Glaceon, so we just go with whatever best Eevee we have for a Glaceon at that point. But for now, I'm going to send out some Eevee candy because it never hurts to have extra Eevee candy. We're all going to need a ton of it. Let's see, how much did we get? Only 5 for that 1-star sleep. That is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. All right, we are going to grab another 3,200 Dream Shards. But yeah, so that's why we're catching this Eevee, is because, one, we could just use better Eevees in general for the other evolutions. Even if it's not a good one for Glaceon, we do need a better one in general. So let's go ahead and check out. We've got level 13 and Timid. Well, I know what the level 10 subskill is. All Milk, that's not too bad. We got Berry Finding at level 10. Yep. Which is pretty good. That's actually really good. And Skill Trigger right after that. Ooh, maybe we might have a decent Umbreon or Jolteon candidate here. Inventory up M is good. Doubling up with S is not necessarily that good. And Ingredient Finder S is kind of bad. Timid. I forget what timid is. Ooh, timid is not good. Never mind. It may not be that bad on a Jolteon. Jolteon is so fast that it may not be the worst. It is going to be bad for the skill triggers, but as fast as Jolteon is, it may not matter, to be honest with you. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Let's see how this is looking so far. Maybe even an Umbreon, because Umbreon has such a high skill trigger rate in general. Just the base skill trigger rate is so good that maybe the speed of help down doesn't hurt it too bad. Berry finding is very good to have on an Eevee, but that nature, if we do get nature mints at some point in the game, the rest of this outside of ingredient finder is not bad. The double inventory is not the best thing. I would like a skill level up instead of both of them, but it's not the worst either. It never hurts to have enough space to actually get your skill to trigger, but it depends on what skill you have, honestly. You may not be too concerned about your skill triggering in the right scenario. Very surprised that relative strength is 11%. I mean, it makes sense. Given the speed of help nature down, Eevee is kind of slow. So it does make a little bit of sense, but it's kind of surprised that it was actually. So once this gets to 100, we can mess around with this a little bit and see if it might be worth evolving. So far, only a PR of 40, but I don't know that I would really be concerned with the skill trigger if we made this a Jolteon. Umbreon, maybe we're not that concerned with the skill trigger rate. Let's see, at 25, we're looking at 1.8 per day on average. That's not terrible, but it's not great either. Let's go to berry strength specifically and go to level 60, because the calculator cannot go beyond 60 anyway. Yeah, in terms of berry strength, it's super high, which is to be expected. Yeah, 89 PR so far at level 55. It may not even go to 60. Oh, it does. Oh, it finished right when I said that. 88. And what about total strength? Is that going to be the same, or is it going to get dropped substantially? It doesn't actually drop too bad. 79 from 88. It does drop 9 points, but that's not terrible. Okay, so big question. If we change this to a Jolteon, same sub skills, same nature. Let's not do skill count because we know that's not going to be super great. Let's do total strength. Actually pretty good. Still 89, so 1 point higher. Or no, actually 10 points higher than total strength. The berry strength alone is going to be even higher than that, because that's going to be close to 93, I think, at the end. Maybe. Nope. 89. 1 point higher. So both total strength and berry strength are 1 point higher. I doubt the expected skill count is going to be that much higher. I'm just going to go to max because I'm really only going to check at level 25 anyway. Because with the Eevee, it was 1.8 at level 25. With Jolteon, it is 2.087. A little bit higher, but not much. So it doesn't seem like it really helps all that much. The nature may be dragging this down pretty bad. There's not really any sub-skill seeds we could invest into this to really make it great. Skill trigger S, could maybe go to a skill trigger M. What does that do? Does that make any kind of difference? Probably not much. I'm 2.3 maybe. Yeah, 2.364. I don't know. This could be good. Jolteon's main skill, extra helpful, is not the most useful main skill, so maybe we're not really worried about it and we only have this Jolteon to collect electric berries alongside our Raichu. Let me set this back to skill trigger S, and the only other one I think this might be good for is Umbreon. So let's see. Let's go. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go with expected skill count. We'll look at 25 again. Even with speed of help down, 5.6 skill triggers per day. And it's energizing cheer, I believe. Yeah. Oh no, charge energy. It keeps itself energized naturally 5 times a day. I mean, maybe this is a better Umbreon than Jolteon. Let's look at total strength. 95 to start with. I think that's about what Jolteon was. Jolteon's total strength was 89 at the end. 89. Berry strength was also 89, I believe, for Jolteon. Let's see. 84 all the way at 55. 90. Slightly better. I don't know. I think Jolteon and Umbreon are the 2 best candidates for this Eevee. Berry finding on an Eevee is very good, but the question is, do we continue looking for another one? Because we are at friendship level like 20 something. What is that, 28? So 12 Eevees off of getting to friendship level 40, where we get 2 guaranteed gold sub skills at 10 and 25. So maybe we keep hunting. I'm not really too sure. I'm not too sure what the best thing to do with these Eevees is. Jolteon, Umbreon, or keep hunting are the 3 choices, I think. Because I don't think it's really that great for any of the others. We don't want speed of help down on an evolution that we actually are looking for the skill trigger. Outside of Umbreon, that isn't really too affected, and Jolteon, whose main skill isn't super helpful. It's extra helpful, but not super helpful. So I don't know. I'm gonna throw this one out to you guys as well. Let me know in the comments below, if that was your Eevee, what would you do with it? Would you keep hunting? Would you turn it to an Umbreon? Would you turn it to a Jolteon? Or do you think it's fit for any of the other evolutions? Because for my money, I'm not really too sure what to do with it right now. But let's go ahead and move on. It looks like we have some new news. We do have a little bit of new news, not the new news that everybody thought we were gonna have. I thought this might finally be the 1-year anniversary news, but it's not. It's simply update contents. I guess this was the update I got before I hit recording today. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. This update includes the following improvement: bug fixes. Cool. Always good that they're fixing bugs, so can't complain about that. And then for the community reports, we are going to grab 38 of them with 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that doubled up. Not bad at all out of 38. That's actually pretty good odds. No level ups either. That's all right. That is all right. Okay, and now we can move into breakfast. We are going to click on everybody because they could have skill triggers just like that. 1059 strength for free. What about you, buddy? Another skill trigger. Very good. Another 1200 strength for free. And how about you, buddy? Ingredient magnet? No ingredient magnet. What about you? Nope. All right, last one. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed to happen today because of what I did last night. Good. Most good. Now let's get into breakfast and let's see what we can do. Contrary chocolate meat salad. That's not too bad, honestly. It's only a couple thousand shy of what we were getting with the Calm Mind salad. Again, salad's just kind of ruining my week here. Not really helping too much, but we do what we can and we make the best of the situation. I did find a way to make this situation a little bit better, so at least there's that. This should be about 12,000, I think. 11,578, not too bad. What's the contrary meat salad at level 22? All right. I don't think that's going to be enough to climb another rank. Let's see. Almost certainly not. Yeah, no, not even close. Okay, so hopefully hopefully by dinner tonight we can have the 7 spawns. We did feed Snorlax a bunch of favorite berries, so we got 3 small handy candies. That's very good. I'm thinking about doing a thing, and I don't know that I like about what I'm thinking. I forgot to collect from Gardevoir. That would be a good thing to collect from Gardevoir. Want that inventory empty so that we can get more skill triggers. Okay, so the thing that I did last night to make this situation a little bit better so that we're not wasting too much time with Growth Week on Pokemon that don't really need to level up, I set up 2 teams. So this is the team we've been using all week. They've been focused on getting berries, trying to get through the ranks quickly. Has not gone as quickly as I would have liked. Here we are though. So what I did last night, before I went to bed, all of them were at 93% energy. So I swapped to this team right before I went to sleep. Kept Gardevoir on the team so that it could get a skill trigger throughout the night. Kept Walrein on the team because it does have the sleep XP bonus sub-skill. And then I put the 3 Pokemon that I think most need the XP on the team. Had that be the team when I went to bed last night. As soon as I woke up, went ahead and collected from the 3 that are getting XP, or that we're focused on getting XP for, collected all their ingredients and berries, and then swapped back to this team first thing in the morning. So I did that a couple hours ago when I woke up, and then now let them go ahead and start collecting berries and getting things going for today. Rather than just sitting on this team until I got to record, I felt it was just better to go ahead and swap. So what that does is, because these guys were at 93% energy when I went to bed, they do get 5% just by being in the box from me going to sleep and getting a 100 sleep score. So they're at 98. Then we get the skill trigger from Gardevoir, puts them over 100, and through the time that's passed since I swapped them out and until I collected Gardevoir's skill, they're now at 103. So it's like they were the team I went to sleep with. So that's pretty good, and it still gives the team that I want to get some XP, the XP that I wanted them to have this week. So it's probably what I'm going to do for the rest of the week. Just keep swapping back and forth between these teams just to, as long as Gardevoir skill triggers, because if Gardevoir does what it did the other day and gives me 0 skill triggers, then we're going to have a problem. But somebody did suggest a very helpful solution in that case. If Gardevoir drops below 50% energy and has not triggered a skill, use an energy pillow on that Gardevoir to hopefully get it to move faster and hopefully trigger a skill to help the others. And I think that's actually a really solid idea and a really good use of the energy pillows. So for the person that gave me that idea, thank you. That's a good one. Everybody else needs to remember that for their healer as well. But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to swap in between these 2, go ahead and collect strength, and maybe we might actually hit Master 3 by the end of the week employing this strategy, but it is already Wednesday. We are only grade 4, I think it was. So far, not looking too great. Again, salads just being the worst recipe in the game, not helping all that much. I did also think about, speaking of salads, I also thought about maybe once we get to the 7 spawns, swapping into this team to collect some ingredients for the Palm Mine fruit salad, because that is better than all the other salads that we're making. So I thought about swapping into them for a day to try to get some ingredients stocked up. Maybe swap into them throughout part of the day until they get enough ingredients for 3 salad, at least 2, but maybe 3. And then swap back to the berry team. But I don't know if that's really going to pay off, because we are going to lose a lot of berry strength by swapping to this team to get the ingredients. So I'm not sure if I want to do that yet, or just rely on the berry strength and just take that little hit of berry strength overnight by letting this team get the XP. I'm kind of thinking that's probably the best way to go, but that's the plan moving forward. I kind of wish I'd have thought about this sooner, but also thank you to the comments for giving me that idea, because that was not an idea that I came up with on my own. Somebody suggested that last night, actually in the live stream, I think it was suggested. So thank you. You know who you are. Thank you for giving me that idea. You have definitely helped me with my Lapis journey this week, because it's rough. It's very, 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 very rough, and I don't like it. But that's the plan. I do want to, one last thing, look up how much we need for 7 spawns, 30 million. So we're actually not that far off. We only need about about 52,000, just over that, just over 52,000 strength, which we should definitely have from this berry team today. Pretty much every time I log into the game, and I'm checking 5, 6, 7 times a day, pretty much every time I log in, I'm getting about 10k sneaky snacking. So I definitely think that we're gonna hit that by today, and then maybe tomorrow we can think about doing the salads, maybe test it out and see how it works. But that may hurt us in the long run, so I'm not sure. But that's kind of where my brain's at right now. That's kind of the plans I'm thinking about doing for now. For sure, swapping between the two teams, the berry team and the XP team at night. Other than that, just gonna kind of have to wait and see how it goes. But that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these daily videos of my journey into madness and Pokemon sleep. And go ahead and while you're down there, hit that link to the Discord if you want to come join us, hang out. There's a lot of good people over there having a lot of fun talking about Pokemon sleep, Pokemon in general, and other video games. So go ahead and hit that link, join us in the Discord. Other than that, thank you again for watching the video. Y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day, what is this, day 4? Yeah, day 4 here on Lapis Lakeside. Our sneaky snacking is, of course, very low again. I did employ that same strategy that I talked about in yesterday's video of swapping the teams around. So that's why we've only got 1,933 sneaky snacking. Very surprised to see, oh no, Gardevoir's on there because I collected from Gardevoir and then closed the app. That's why. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. We're going to grab 100 sleep points, and that's going to put us at 5,893 for our grand total. And for our daily lottery, we're gonna pick up what is it gonna be? Diamonds would be nice. We're running out of the free diamonds. Ooh, small handy candy. I will take that. That is good. I was just hoping for some diamonds with how that free diamond well is drying up. Some extra free diamonds from the daily lottery would be nice. But that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see what we get. I did use an incense at I was gonna say at the insistence, but that's not correct. What is the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Words are hard. Anyway, a few people in the comments mentioned that using incense right now is a good time since we get the extra candy for them. I went through my incense list. That is a lot of snoozing. Okay, 69% snoozing. So hopefully we're gonna have a nice snoozing type sleep research that does meet, what is that, Ralts again? I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I did use an incense, so we are going to get a Dratini today. So we will get some extra candy for that. Hopefully it is at least a 2-star Dratini, because I don't want a 1-star, because that would be kind of a waste of an incense. But with 32.6 million, we should hopefully see something pretty good. 2-star, like I said, would be nice. Would be nice. There is that Dratini right there. Also, some weird shadow. I don't know what that shadow is. I'm pretty sure that is not the 1-star Dratini, so that's good. Oh, it's a Slowbro. It's the Cloyster on a Slowbro. Okay, cool. So, ooh, 3-star Dratini. Even better. Cool, so we've got Dratini, Eevee, Slowbro, Slowpoke, Pikachu, Ralts, and another Eevee. Okay, so we've got some things to pick from is what I'm seeing. No new sleep styles. I guess that's to be expected. Even with 8 spawns, I thought we might have a new sleep style. Okay. Part of me wants to try to catch the Dratini, but oh, we have a few things we could do. You know what? Okay. Let's play this out. Let's play this out. There we go. So we've got an Eevee for sure. We do still need better Eevees. The other thing, a big hit here would be nice. Then we don't have to worry about it. No luck. Now watch, I'm gonna get a critical capture. Watch, this is where we get the crit cap, and yeah, that's the way it goes. No, only one. Good. Sometimes you just gotta reverse jinx it. If you speak it into existence, it won't happen sometimes. You know, magic. Okay, Dratini though. What do we want to do with Dratini? We have a few good ones. I do want to catch it just to get the extra candies if it's not good, but there's also the chance that it is very good. We have not truly invested into a Dratini yet to where we have crossed the point of no return with that Dratini, so we'll go ahead and catch some more and see if we get something better. How are we looking? No, let's stick with the regular biscuits because this one's going to be a big hit. This one's going to be the big hit that we need. This is what we need. Nope. That reverse jinx and it jinxed it. Still not full though. Maybe this is the big hit I was thinking it was going to be. No, still not. Haven't got a single big hit on any of these biscuits. Kind of surprising. All full? Not full. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and spend one more. Might as well. We're going to take 3 Pokemon home today with us. All right. So let's see how good any of these are. Hopefully at least one of them is good. For the Ralts, we do still need the Gallade. Dratini. We're going to send out Dratini candy because it takes a lot to evolve a Dratini. 12 Eevee candies is good. What do we get for Ralts? 8. And then the Dratini, we got 11. Nice. 275 XP is very good. And about 7,800 Dream Shards. Very nice. All right. Eevee's up first. Let's see how we're looking. Friendship level 29, level 15 and naughty. Uh-oh. That might be bad. All milk. That's fine. No berry finder. What do we get? Skill trigger? Skill level up. Ooh, skill level up is a very good start. Helping speed S is also a good start. Skill trigger. This is looking good. Research XP bonus, not so much. Inventory up. Ooh. All of these are good. What is naughty? I don't remember naughty. We rarely see this one. Oh. Of course. That's like possibly the worst it could have been. Man, if this was adamant instead of not, no. I'm not even going to speculate on what this could have been. This is just not good. It's so bad. Even with skill trigger S, yeah, at level 50, it's not going to be super great. Well, I think we got another Eevee straight to the professor. Speaking of which, the general consensus amongst everybody yesterday seems to be that the Eevee that I caught yesterday, even though it has berry finding, is not the best, and we shouldn't worry about it. We should try to catch something else. So I think for that one specifically, I'm gonna hold on to it for a while. It's a decent candidate of like, hey, if we need an Umbreon or a Jolteon right now, and that's the best we've got, then it's okay. We can evolve it later on, but let's try to find something better in the meantime. Don't rush to evolve it. So I'm gonna hold on to that one from yesterday, but we're not gonna do anything with it for a while. This one, however, is definitely going to live with the professor. 100% going to live with the professor. That nature is ruining it because everything else is pretty good. Research XP bonus is the only bad thing, but we can do better. We can do better than this. Come on, level 100, hurry up. I mean, we know it's not gonna be great. It's probably gonna like be about the same, maybe right there. But I do wanna see what it's gonna be, just out of curiosity. Yeah, look at those probabilities to catch something better. 84%, 88%, 80%, 83, 57, 58, 61, 78, 75. Look at that, right on the money. 39, yeah. 34 PR total. Not good. Not a good evolution candidate. So this one will be going to live with the professor. Let's go ahead and move on. We're ever closer to friendship level 40, where we do get the guaranteed 2 gold sub skills. So at least we're a step closer. All right, and Ralts is up next. Where you at, buddy? Nope, that's Gallade, which is what I'm hoping you will be good for, but you are female, so that does not work. Anyway, level 14 in Lax. I don't think that's good anyway. All apples, okay. Interesting. So we got skill trigger M, very good. Start with refresh. Let's see, skill trigger M, inventory up S. Also good. Helping speed, skill trigger. Bro, okay. Are we about to find a better Ralts than what we had before? Ooh, Ingredient Finder S at level 100 is not fantastic. No, Lax is terrible. So again, not what we want. Not what we want at all. Surprisingly very high. I mean, it is skill trigger M, but didn't expect it to go up that high. But we can definitely do better for a Gallade, even though Gallade's main skill isn't that particularly helpful. I do want a good one, even if it is just for the collection. Why have a bad one for the collection, you know? Might as well get a good one if we're gonna have one. Might as well. So, probably gonna keep looking. I do have a good, decent male Ralts. So, yeah, we're just gonna let this one play out. Probabilities are still looking kind of similar to the Eevee, 88%, 35, 45, 45, 43, 43, 43, 31. It does get better at level 75. What is that? Skill trigger S, which does make sense. You know, maybe down the road, if we had caught this one down the road and we had access to skill trigger L, maybe this would be worthwhile. But yeah, no such luck. So definitely looking like this one's gonna go live with the professor again. Let's see, Ingredient Finder S, it's probably gonna put it like right there for level 100. So far, nothing great. We are gonna be relying on Dratini to save the day and hopefully be good. But the way things are going, it's kind of got me nervous about it. Come on, finish up that level 100 so we can see the final PR. Come on, that's all the people want to see. There we go, 69, I almost got it. I mean, total PR of 67 is not great. So, I mean, I kind of like the ingredient spread since we have one that's got double corn already. Getting double apples is pretty nice, but not great. So, we'll send that one to the professor too, and we'll move on. All right, Dratini, it's up to you. Save the day. Friendship level 7, level 13 and relaxed. Uh-oh. I don't think relaxed is very good either. Let's see. All right, so we've got, let's go ahead and get the ingredients, because if I don't do it now, I will forget. The ingredient spread, not exactly what I wanted, but not the worst. Sleep XP bonus to start with, not great. Skill trigger, that's pretty decent for a Dratini. Ingredient finder, that's good. Inventory up L, also good. Skill level up S. Actually, hold on. This is actually a really solid Dratini. I wrote off Sleep XP bonus a little too quickly. That's actually pretty good to have on a pseudo legendary, because then it's always buffing its own Sleep XP every time you have it on the team to help it grow faster. That's actually pretty good. But I think that nature is going to ruin it. I forget what it even was. Relaxed. Ooh, XP gains down. Sleep XP kind of combats that a little bit, but the energy recovery does mean its main skill will get a little bit extra buff. So that's not terrible, I suppose. Energy recovery, relaxed. All right, this one could actually be pretty good, outside of the fact that it doesn't have berry finding. But if we're just talking about purely ingredients, maybe not, maybe not. I mean, yeah, that does make sense, I guess. Skill trigger doesn't help with ingredients, even though in this case it does, because it restores its own energy to help it work faster. So in this case, skill trigger actually is beneficial for the ingredient finder. And if we dropped 2 sub skills at 50 to get ingredient finder M and skill trigger M, this would be a beast of an ingredient finder for a Dratini. And at level 50 it would be a Dragonite by that point. This one could potentially rival the berry finding Dragonair that I have already, that everybody loves. In terms of the ingredient output, honestly, I might just keep this one. I might keep this one because I think this one's actually better than the calculator is telling you it is. It's only got a PR of 61, but I think that skill trigger at level 25 is being highly undervalued, and I get why. This is ingredient strength calculation, so it does make sense. But I don't think this is a bad one by any means. I think this is perfectly serviceable as a Dragonite. Is it the best one I've caught? Probably not. But is it a good one? I think so. Especially with energy recovery. The only downside is the XP gains down, which is, I mean, that's 14% extra from sleep XP. And I think XP gains down is like 10 or 12% down. I don't think it's 20. So I think the sleep XP brings it back up to neutral and then a little bit extra, but I forget the exact number that XP gains drops, how much you get. But either way, it comes close to balancing out, if, you know, plus or minus a little bit, but not by much. But 64 total PR on this Dratini. You know what? I think this one's worth keeping, but I also have like 5 Dratini now. So I need to make a decision soon is what I'm figuring out. All in all, this is the best one we've caught out of the 3. So I don't know. I don't know, man. We're going to move on. I'm glad Dratini was at least good. I've had I don't know if I'd say very good luck, but I've had good luck with the Dratinis that I've caught. All right, let's move on. We spent so much time calculating and looking at the Pokemon we caught. We missed breakfast. Oh well, it is what it is. It's a chill week anyway. Good Sleep Day Bundle Volume 12 and Good Sleep Day 12 is in the news. I was hoping this was gonna be our anniversary news, but still not. It's getting very close. We have what, 11 days left. I'm beginning to wonder if they're going to announce anything at all, or if we're all getting hyped for nothing. But anyway, let's check out the new Good Sleep Day announcement. We do know when it's going to be. I forget the exact date, but we did know before. Good Sleep Day number 12 is going to be Saturday, July 20th. That is correct. The week of the 1-year anniversary. Kind of nice how that worked out. The weekend of the 1-year anniversary, Saturday, July 20th through Tuesday, July 23rd. Of course, Good Sleep Day happens in all areas. We get the same bonuses as always. We get the ×2 drowsy power on the night of the full moon, the second night of the event. Also ×3 helper Pokemon sleep XP for the ones that are on your team, and a bonus 1,000 sleep points. And then for day 1 and 3, we get 1.5 times drowsy power and double sleep XP for the Pokemon on your team, and 500 bonus sleep points for a grand total of 2,000 sleep points. Nice. All right, so sleep XP on that Dratini would come in real handy right there. But let's go ahead and check out the bundle. That is the interesting part. I feel like the bundle's pretty much the same all the time. Let's see, it does look pretty much the same. The biscuits may be different, but I'm pretty sure we always get the growth incense, the luck, the focus. Pretty sure we get all those, and we also get 2 of them every time. The great biscuits might actually be the same. It may be the same bundle every time. I don't know. I never buy it because I don't ever have the diamonds for it. But it does look pretty similar, if not the exact same. I'm sure you guys can tell me in the comments if it is the same. I'm pretty sure it is, though. But for 1,500 diamonds, it's not bad. 9 great biscuits would cost you 1,800 diamonds, so you're getting a little bit of a deal on the great biscuits, and then you're getting all the incense for free. If you got the diamonds to spare, it's not bad. But ultimately, up to you if you want to grab them. And then, of course, just a breakdown of what the incense does. We all know what they do. We've been here long enough. You use them, they give you nice little bonuses. Cool. Not too bad. The great value bundle? Where am I going? Are we shopping at Wally World? Anyway, I almost said it again. The Good Sleep Day bundle. There it is. The Good Sleep Day bundle. Pretty decent if you got the diamonds for it. Anyway, let's move on before I just make a total blunder of everything. 41 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They doubled up. Very nice. Very good. No level ups today. I feel like the next time we get the level up, it's going to be level 5. I feel like it's been a while since we've gotten some level ups. But all right. Let's go ahead and jump into lunch. We could have some skill triggers from everybody. Raichu, of course, has the skill trigger because Raichu is always showing up. So there's 1,000 right there. No skill trigger from the Primate, but what about from you? Meganium, you usually have one. No, not today. How about you, buddy? There we go. Go ahead and, you know what? I wasn't going to collect from it, but I do need some extra ingredients. So So I'll go ahead and take all that. Question. No skill trigger from you. That's not too bad though, honestly. When I swapped in the team this morning, I did go ahead and collect from Gardevoir, and I believe we had a skill trigger this morning. Maybe not. Everybody's at 81, so 81, 91, 81. When I went to bed last night, the berry specialists were at 108%, so that sounds about right. We haven't got a skill trigger from Gardevoir yet. I didn't have to use the energy pillow yesterday. I'm hoping I don't have to today. So maybe we'll get a skill trigger from Gardevoir here shortly after lunch. That would be good. But all right, speaking of lunch, let's go ahead and get it going. What do we have? We've got not a lot of ingredients, but we can make contrary chocolate meat salad. Still not sure about swapping the team around to get more ingredients for the Calm Mind salad. Might do it, might not 100% sure. If we are going to do it though, let's not use these. Let's not use ingredients that go into the Calm Mind salad. Oil we can use. Ginger as well. Yeah, we won't need that. All right. So, extra tasty to make up for missing breakfast? No extra tasty to make it up for missing breakfast. All right, well, 12,195 is still pretty good. It's still enough to put us at level 23 on the contrary chocolate meat salad. And yeah, we're doing all right. Everything is going okay so far, outside of that skill trigger not happening from Gardevoir, but Gardevoir has been stepping up after that first day of 0 skill triggers. Another 569 sneaky snacking. All right, very nice. Well, cool. All right, so things are looking good. We're still sticking with the same strategy of swapping the two teams out. It seems to be working pretty well. The only thing that would have made it better is if we had gotten that skill trigger, like I said. Other than that, it is seemingly doing a good job. We are currently at Ultra 1, I believe that was. Yes, Ultra 1. Just shy of Master 1 is what we need to get 8 spawns. So if we could get there by the end of the week, that would be nice, but it's not looking possible unless we can make some better dishes. Of course, there is something we could do to speed this along, and that would be to invest in this guy, because at level 50, he gets helping bonus. If we could get this guy to level 50, that would help substantially. Not only would it help with his own berry production, but it would help with everybody else's production. But with the candies I have now, it's only level 38, and it would take a lot of handy candies to get him to level 50. I mean, we do have the one fighting type candy for 25 and 104 small handy candies. We'd have to use a lot of them to get him where he needs to be, and I just don't know if that's worth it for a Pokemon that's only really going to be super helpful on Lapis. So I think that's really the only other thing we could do. Everybody else doesn't really get anything beneficial at level 50. I mean, Raichu gets faster if we level him up. Inventory up S as we level up Walrein, but not really anything helpful at level 50. Same with Meganium. Ingredient Finder at level 50 would be contrary to what we're trying to do. Same with Gardevoir. Leveling it up would give us a chance for more skill triggers, but at level 50, Ingredient Finder doesn't really... I mean, honestly, I guess it doesn't really matter what Gardevoir has at level 50, because really the skill trigger is all we have it on the team for. So it's kind of hard to tell, honestly, what we should be doing. Or what we even could do to help. Really just kind of having to wait and see. Like I said, getting salad, I've said it all week, getting salad is the worst thing that could have possibly happened. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're just going with the strategy from yesterday's video and hoping it works out in the long run. But that said, that is going to be the video today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. And if you want to join the community and come and chat about Pokemon and other video games, the link to the Discord is down in the description below. And if you're ever curious and you want to use the calculator that I use, the link to that is always in the description of all of these videos. So if you ever want to get to that, you never used it before, the link is in that description. So that said, thank you again for watching the video. Y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 5 here on Lapis Lakeside, picking up 5 fancy apples to go with that day 5. Yeah, we're here on Lapis Lakeside. We're just chilling out for growth week. I did see that we've got some big news coming up, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and grab our 14,636 sneaky snacking. Very good. As you can tell, I did forget to swap my team out when I woke up this morning. I remembered about 20 minutes ago, right before I was coming in here to start recording. So we're going to go through that a little bit later too. But let's go ahead and grab our 100 sleep points, and that's going to put us at 5,993 for our total. Gonna be spending those pretty soon. And then for our daily lottery, we're gonna grab some diamonds, hopefully. Nice, 10 diamonds. It's not the 20 I wanted, but hey, 10 is a pretty good amount of diamonds. It's a lot better than 0. All right, and for our sleep report, let's go ahead and jump in, and hopefully, I really would like a dozing sleep type. Really would like to see that dozing sleep type because I want that Dratini to show up for the Dratini candies. That is probably the most valuable candy for me right now that I could get. 9 hours, 40 minutes of sleep. That's a decent amount of dozing, which makes sense because it took me forever to fall asleep last night. That'll definitely be a dozing type. Kind of had a feeling when I couldn't go to sleep last night that that's what I was going to wake up to. For whatever reason, just had way too much energy and could not fall asleep for the longest time. All right, so that's going to be 42.666 million. And that's 7 spawns, of course. I did use another incense. I had several Chikorita incense, so I went ahead and popped one of those last night as well. Looks like we're going to get an Ekans, a Bellsprout, a Weeping Bell, definitely a Chikorita somewhere. And also we're going to get Psyduck, looks like it's another Weeping Bell. Only 6 old sleep styles. Interesting. Okay, so we've got 2 new sleep styles. What could that be? It's definitely not a Dratini, I don't think. Ooh, Ivysaur. Okay, that's a good one. Sunbathing sleep, the 1-star. Okay, sure. I guess I've never picked that one up along the way. The last one I needed. Okay, not expecting a 1-star sleep to be the last one I need, but at least we got it all done. And another, oh, it was the exact same sleep style. We just got 2 Ivysaurs that were the exact same. All right, well, job done. Gonna get a lot of Bulbasaur candy out of that, that's for sure. What do we catch out of this? Let's see who's hungry. Chikorita is not a bad call. Bellsprout wouldn't be a bad call either. I mean, I suppose Ivysaur wouldn't be the worst, but honestly, a better Chikorita is probably a higher priority. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can take home this Chikorita. It is actually the higher priority. I do have a pretty decent Meganium, but it doesn't have berry finding. So if we could get a Chikorita with berry finding, that would be fantastic. Also, if we could get a big hit here, since we fed a bunch of biscuits yesterday and still didn't get a big hit, that would have been nice, but no dice. All right, well, one last biscuit will take it home. Been a while, I feel, since we've gotten a big hit from a Pokemon that wasn't hungry. Speaking of Pokemon that are hungry, just for the fun of it, we're gonna give them a biscuit just to see if we get a critical capture. No crit. All right, well, what about you, Weeping Bell? Just to see. I suppose for one biscuit, it's worth taking it home just to see if it's okay or usable. Nope, no crit there either. All right, well, out of everything else here, not really a whole lot worth trying to catch. So we're just gonna go ahead and head on back home. with our one Chikorita. And yeah, hopefully it's pretty decent. Berry finding would be fantastic. As far as candy to send out today, I feel like probably Bellsprout would be the most helpful. Potatoes are very useful for a lot of people in a lot of different recipes. Chikorita is useful, but really only on Lapis, whereas potatoes in different recipes can be used on multiple islands. Bulbasaur, I feel like honey and tomatoes kind of useful, but maybe not as useful as Bellsprout. I feel like Bulbasaur candy is pretty easy to come across, so we'll send out some Bellsprout candy. And let's see, how much did we get? We got 16 Bulbasaur candy just from the 2 Ivysaurs. Chikorita gave us 11. A lot of candy today. All right, so we did get another 7,500 Dream Shards. Nice. I wasn't expecting that many. All right. So for this Chikorita, we've got friendship level 13. So it's level 14 in Impish. I don't think that's super great. All Cocoa. All right. Main skills, sub skills. I mean, helping bonus is a good start. If we could get berry finding at level 50, that'd be pretty nice. Helping speed is also good. Ingredient finder, not so much. And inventory up M's, doubling up timid, ingredient finding down. That is what we want to see. Not the best nature we could have on a berry finder, but it's pretty good. Honestly feeling like this is probably not super great. We're gonna go ahead and set it to level 60 because the calculator can't go above level 60 for berry finders, or when calculating berry strength, I should say. It's actually not too bad, but that helping bonus is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, I feel. 88 PR on berry strength alone. So that's pretty good. Total strength, is that the same? I mean, this one's pretty good, but helping bonus is doing a lot of heavy lifting. If it had helping bonus and berry finding, it would be perfect. This one is definitely still usable. Yeah, it's even saying only a 4.8% probability of catching a better one at level 60. Let's see, level 50, a 5%, 5.1. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It is pretty good. Definitely usable. Gonna hold on to it for now, but I don't think, yeah, 87 PR on total strength, but really berry is what I care about now that we can actually calculate just the berry strength instead of total. And that was 88, I believe. Come on, last one. 60 doesn't take that long. There it is. Okay, yeah, 88 PR. That's not bad. Again, helping bonus doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Inventory up at level 25, not really helpful at all. But ingredient finding down, I think, does do a lot of good work too. So definitely gonna hold on to it. I don't know if I'm gonna invest in it yet. Maybe if we get to a point where we really do need a better Meganium, I will eventually. But for now, I'm just gonna hold on to it, put it in the box, and we'll just wait and see what happens. Well, let's go ahead and move on. It's about that time to talk about the news, which is hopefully good news. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and clear out these guys. Let's get the proper berry team working. Take that candy for sure. Go ahead and collect from everybody that's going to be swapped out. All right. Now that we've got that done, let's switch back to the team that I meant to use, but I goofed. They were, I think most of them were at just about 100% energy before I went to bed last night. I forgot to check before I actually went to bed. All right. No, of course we didn't get anything there. I don't know why I even checked, but hopefully you. Nice. That's what we like to see. That's a lot of Mago berries too. Hell yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay, now, for the part we've all been waiting for, the new news. Oh, I was about to be disappointed. All I saw was the maintenance at first. I was like, really? That's all it was? Never mind. We finally got some anniversary news. Event, first week anniversary lead up gift week. Saturday, July 20th will mark the first anniversary of Pokemon Sleep's global release. To celebrate this milestone, we will be giving out 150 bonus sleep points every day for a week beginning Monday, July 8th. Not bad. So that's this coming Monday. All right. So what is that? An extra 1,000, I think, is what that adds up to, or somewhere around there. I'm sure that math is wrong because it's odd, and so it shouldn't even. Yeah, it shouldn't make an even 1,000, but somewhere around there. And also beginning on Monday, July 15th, we will be holding a 2-week event. 2-week event. Okay. The First Anniversary Fest. For details about the First Anniversary Fest, please see the announcements toll be posted at a later date. We hope you're looking forward to the celebration. Event period Monday, July 8th through Monday, July 15th. The event is on all areas, so it doesn't matter where you go, of course. It shouldn't. So you get 150 sleep points every day. All next week. This applies to players who log in during the distribution period. Blah, 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 blah. Accept your gifts by tapping the box. Oh, do we get them as a gift? We don't actually get them in our sleep points? Interesting. I wonder if that's just there as a copy-paste thing. Or maybe we do actually get them as a gift. I'm surprised. Usually, like with Good Sleep Day, they just put it in our normal sleep points, but maybe it is a gift thing. Okay. What is it? Hold on. For details about the Anniversary Fest, please see the announcements to be posted at a later date. Okay, so they're not going to give us anything else today. That's all we get is that, hey, we're getting something, but we have no idea what it's going to be for the actual Anniversary Festival. Kind of an interesting way to do it. I'm wondering, maybe that means they're still trying to put it all together. Yeah, I just pulled up the official website and nothing about it. So, yeah, I guess, cool. Hey, we're doing something. We're not going to tell you what, but we're doing something. At least we know something's coming. And it is going to be, what did they say? Starting the 20th? Where'd it go? The 2 weeks. Where is it? Beginning on Monday, July 15th. Perfect. So that Good Sleep Day will line up with the first week of that event. Fantastic. That's good. At least we know something, I guess. I would ask your thoughts and opinions on it, but not really much to go off of other than the bonus sleep points, which is cool. I mean, it's nice. I'll definitely take some bonus sleep points, but we did get a grass type medal for studying 140 grass types. More diamonds. Good. That's what I need. I need all the diamonds. All the diamonds. And then for our community reports, we're gonna grab 44 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. The doubled up. Very nice. Just about a third. No level ups today. Also, I just realized that I almost forgot to talk about the other news. There was more news there. Big goof. Come on. Maintenance and version 1.90 update. Maintenance will be performed on Monday, July 8th at my local time, 8 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. So on Monday, make sure that you adjust as necessary for the maintenance. If that does fall in the time that you would normally feed dinner, make sure to get dinner done and out of the way before you go to bed. You can still put the tracker to sleep while maintenance is happening, but you cannot feed or collect. So make sure you do all of that just before whatever that would be local time for you, or maybe not even dinner. Surely it's gonna fall for some people's breakfast and lunch. So make sure to adjust accordingly. Points to be updated though. This is the interesting stuff. The new features: addition of a display option for the pop-up that appears when Snorlax's rating goes up. Oh, that'd be kind of cool if we could kind of, I don't know if I want to get rid of it, but minimize it. Because you do have to click OK and go through like 3 or 4 screens whenever Snorlax ranks up. So it'd be nice if it was all contained on one page and we could just hit OK one time. That'd be really nice. Snorlax ranks up, get one page that pops up, says the new sleep styles that have been added, how many dream shards you got, and what rank you are, and then you hit OK and you're done. That'd be nice. Preparation for the first anniversary festival makes sense. Addition of a new product, the Trial Bundle Volume 2, which we did talk about a couple of days ago. That's actually looking very nice. Once we get the price point of it, then we can discuss it further, but likely going to be around the same price. And if it is, definitely worthwhile. Balance adjustments, the real fun. I see some dishes are getting some balance adjustments, but let me not get ahead of myself. Help from helper Pokemon with low energy will be slightly more effective. Okay. All right, making low energy Pokemon more effective. That's not a bad thing. Adjustments to some dishes made with soybeans. Oh, are we trying to make soybeans more effective ingredients? Whoa. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Ninja Curry strength goes from 6,159 to 9,445, which is a substantial jump. About 50% jump, a little more than that. But it's going to require 24 soybeans instead of 15, and it's going to require 12 leeks instead of 9. Interesting. Okay. This will make the curry stronger, but what's it currently at in terms of the number of ingredients needed? Ninja Curry currently takes 38, and we're adding another 9, 3, so another 12. So it'll be a 50 ingredient dish. That actually could be really good. Only downside, leeks, at least for me, seem to be very inconsistent in terms of the number that I bring in. So that's something that once level 60 is released, I could probably do. But yeah, I've only made it one time just for the clear, and that's it. Interesting. Okay, but another 50 ingredient, really, let's be honest, curries didn't really need too much buffing. They're already one of the strong, I think the strongest category of recipes in the game right now anyway. But so making individual ingredients better is always a good thing, because that does make other Pokemon more viable so that we can have more varied teams. So that's good. Cool, moving on. Salads, this is definitely what we need to see get buffed. Water Veil tofu salad, where are you at? A 16 ingredient dish is now going to produce 3,113 strength instead of 1,843 base strength, but you're going to need an extra 5 soybeans, and you're going to need an extra 3 tomatoes. That's actually pretty doable, and those are the only ingredients in the dish. So for people that are still on that level of recipes, that's gonna be a pretty decent buff that makes it a 24 ingredient dish, so that's pretty good. That could definitely help out on a lot of people's teams trying to get through those earlier levels. And then for Ninja Salad, that one's higher up. That's already a 53 ingredient dish. That's going from a base of 10,095 to 11,659. Not a huge jump, but it's almost certainly because of the 4 extra soybeans that are going to be put in it. So that'll make it a 57 ingredient dish. So you'll need the maximum pot capacity, the maximum base pot capacity to be able to make that. But you can still make it without cooking pot increasing main skill, so still good. Definitely would make it more viable, but again, also one with leaks in it, so not really something viable for me. Maybe it's viable for other people. Hopefully other people have better odds of getting leaks than I do, because leaks seem to be very hard for me to come by. Okay, so far pretty good stuff. I wish they would have done more with salads, but that's not what we're focusing on. They're trying to address soybeans, so that's okay. And then huge power soy donuts. The strength is going from 3,213 to 5,547. Gonna require 3 more oil, which is already kind of a tough ingredient for a lot of folks. And then 10 more soybeans. You're gonna need 16 soybeans instead of 6. Okay. Huge power soy donuts is actually a pretty decent recipe already, especially for the early mid game. So it's not too bad, but let's see, what does that make it? Another 13, so it makes it a 35 ingredient dish. So that could be pretty good, actually. That could be a really solid one for people in that mid-game area. So not bad. Seeing balance adjustments to individual ingredients, like I said a minute ago, is actually really nice. I like that they're doing it, and it's not something that I would have considered that they could have done. I never would have thought about adjusting individual recipes based on what ingredient is in them. But overall, it's a good thing because that can make other Pokemon that we normally would just kind of not really think about, could potentially make those Pokemon more viable. Like, I think Gravel, the Geodude line, has soybeans and potatoes. So Geodude line is actually pretty decent, but if you have a triple soybean Geodude, that actually could be really useful now once they make these adjustments. So I kind of like that idea of adjusting individual ingredients. So that's pretty good. All right, so other adjustments to be made. Loading time sped up on the Pokemon box screen. Good, because that one's super slow. Note, we also plan to speed up other screens' loading times in future updates. Good, because it's one of the biggest issues I have with this game is it just takes so long to get in between screens. It really just takes entirely too much time. Somebody actually asked me the question the other day of like, hey, why don't you just sell your excess ingredients when your ingredient bag is full since you're not really collecting or cooking? I think this was last week when I was just making like one ingredient meals. Why don't you just sell your excess ones instead of just letting them go to the void? Honestly, I'm lazy and the loading time in between screens just wasn't worth it for me. So I already had to do the loading time in between going to my team to swap them out, backing all the way out, and then swapping back to my team. So then to also add in the loading time and effort to go and sell ingredients, I'm just not bothered by it. That's just a personal thing, honestly, just me being lazy. But if we can eliminate some loading time on these screens, that would be so fantastic. So nice. All right. And then last couple of things, power consumption reduced for tracking sleep without laying mobile device face down. That one I don't understand. Power consumption reduced for tracking sleep without laying the mobile device face down. Are there people not putting their phone face down? I didn't know that was a thing. I thought you had to. Or at least, well, I don't know. I guess maybe not. Now that I think about it, maybe not. I just put mine face down because it puts it into like half sleep mode where it just turns the screen off. But any way that they can reduce power consumption while tracking sleep, always a fantastic thing. So hopefully we'll all get a bit of benefit, but at least the people that fit into this category that they're addressing, at least they'll get a benefit. So that's good. And then also fixing some text. So cool. Lots of good, interesting updates, especially like I said, the balance adjustment for soybeans. Actually really interesting. I'm kind of interested to see what people do once that moves forward, or if it even changes the dynamic at all. It may not change. People may still just avoid those recipes. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see and next week what comes of that, if anything. But all right. Now that we're done with all of that, let's go ahead and make some breakfast. And hopefully we can get a pretty decent one. I don't think we're gonna... Ooh. We can make a Calm Mind fruit salad. That was unexpected. I guess those 5 apples that I got for going to bed on time was exactly what I needed. Let's throw in some milk and some tomatoes. Gotta have tomatoes with salad, you know? Even a fruit salad. Ooh, extra tasty. Nice, that's exactly what I needed. 29,327. Good, good, good. Things are looking up finally, a little bit. Just a little bit, not much, but a little. All right. So does that push us into another rank? I don't think it's going to. But it might. Oh, yeah, definitely. I didn't realize I was that close to the next rank. Ultra 3. Very good. Very, very good. Now if we could just get slumbering, we'd have a pretty decent chance of getting another Stuffle. All right. Another 206 sneaky snacking. Good job, bud. Okay. No skill trigger. Nope. How about you? Nope. Definitely not you. What about you? Nope. Awesome. Cool. Well, we're off to a good start for today. A lot of interesting news. The fact that we have been finally told, hey, we are going to have a 1 year thing. But we're not going to tell you what it is yet. Kind of wild. Yeah, 137. So that means that they were at 119% when I got them out of the box a minute ago. Or around 120, because I'm sure 1 or 2 points has dropped since we've been talking about the news. But yeah, like I said, interesting stuff. The balance adjustments for the soybeans for sure. Power consumption is always a good thing. And really the big thing, big thing, reducing loading times, and the fact that we finally know for sure that we're gonna have a 1 year thing. I've been joking in the Discord that they're not going to do anything, or they're going to wait until the last minute and just start it. But yeah, we are going to have a 1 year anniversary event. We're just going to have to wait and see what that's actually going to be. But we are going to get some bonus sleep points in the meantime. That said, let me know in the comments below what you think about all this news. If there's anything in particular that stood out that you find particularly interesting, especially if it's the soybean stuff. Is that going to change the way that you set up your teams going forward? Do you have a really good soybean Pokemon that you would then swap out once those changes are made to take better advantage of the new soybean recipe? Well, not new soybean recipes, but the adjusted soybean recipes. Or is it just kind of a dud for you and it's like, oh, that's cool, and you're going to move on? I'm really interested to know what you guys think in the comments below. That said, thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful night. Don't forget to subscribe while you're down there, leaving those comments, and go ahead and join us in the Discord. That link is always in the description of these videos. And that said, y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 6 here on Lapis Lakeside for Growth Week. I remembered to swap out the team this morning when I woke up. So we are not going to see the pop-up. We're not going to see the sneaky snacking, but we are going to get 93 sleep points because I went to bed very late last night. We, of course, were streaming Elden Ring with the wife, and we stayed up past 1 o'clock playing Elden Ring. So, yeah, had a lot of fun, but paying the price. 6,086 sleep points is what we're at now. And we are also going to pick up for our daily lottery a little bit of caffeine because I need that. No, a small ingredient ticket. And let's see, what else can we do today? Not much. Brain is all over the place, but we are going to jump into the sleeper. Oh, that is Gardevoir. Uh-oh. Well, that's a bad sign. Didn't get a skill trigger, but that's okay. I did get one when I swapped the team back over, so we're still starting off pretty well. Anyway, this sleep report. 7 hours, 55 minutes of sleep. Yep, sounds about right. Sounds about right. That is a lot of slumbering, though. That is a lot of slumbering. So, potentially Stuffle Candy. Hopefully. We are... Well, we're not in the Ultra 2 range to get the 60% chance of it spawning, but at Ultra 3 I think it was only 45%, so we should still have some pretty decent odds with almost 52.6 million. That's not bad. And if one of those 3 or the 4-star is the Stuffle, we should get a decent amount. Oh, well, nope, it's a Squirtle. Oh yeah, I forgot, I did use the Chikorita incense last night too, for the exact same reason as using the one yesterday. So, there is a Stuffle. Only one, unfortunately. And it looks like it was the 1-star, I think. So we've got Chikorita, yep, 1-star Stuffle, Riolu, Togepi, Swablu, Squirtle, yes, Squirtle, and another Swablu. Okay. So, one new sleep style. Maybe that's a new Stuffle. Maybe? Nope, that's the old Stuffle. Oh, new Wartortle. Okay, I can dig it. Flattened sleep. Feel like I haven't said that phrase in I don't know how long. That one just came out of nowhere. Showing my age right there is what I'm doing. Anyway, that's all of the Wartortle sleep styles. All right, anybody hungry? Chikorita's hungry. That's good. That's good. Out of everybody here, Chikorita's probably the one most worth catching, outside of maybe the Stuffle, because the Stuffle could be good too. Chikorita's hungry. Got a lot of Pokemon that I've fed already. Oh, duplicates, that's why. How do we want to play this? How, in fact, do we want to play this? Let's see. Let's, yeah, let's do the bonus biscuit on Chikorita. Cool. So we're taking the Chikorita home for sure. I'm trying to think in my head how I want to play this. I would like to take this Stuffle home as well. I don't think I ever knew that Stuffle had a tag on its butt. Like a paper tag. I don't think I ever knew that until just this moment. The weird things you learn through Pokemon Sleep. Anyway, now that I am, I don't even know what I am. Wow, okay. That one threw me for a loop. Anyway, let's feed this Stuffle. Hopefully we can get at least one big hit or something. That would be nice. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I'm feeding a lot of biscuits lately. Come on, buddy. Oh, don't be full. Don't be full. Don't be full. You're not full. Can we get a big hit now? That would be nice. We haven't got a big hit outside of a hungry Pokemon in a long time. Not helpful. Awful. That's awful. All right, well, yeah, I don't really know that I really want to feed anything else. I mean, we've got 3 really good Swablues already. I've got 2 pretty good Blastoise. Yeah, I don't really need anything else. We're just gonna go ahead and move on. We'll move on. We'll hope that this Chikorita is gonna be the one we've been searching for. As far as candy, Stuffle candy for sure. Corn is just too helpful for everybody across the board. Stuffle candy makes sense. How much did we get? Still, yeah, only 5. That sounds about right. But we got a decent amount of Squirtle candy, so that's pretty good because we are going to need it for our guy. We also got about 8,400 Dream Shards. Not bad at all. But let's check out this Chikorita, see if this can be the one we're searching for. We found a pretty decent one yesterday, but still looking for a better one. No berry finding at level 10, but we got Cocoa and Double Honey after that. And then for level 10, we've got Energy Recovery and Research XP bonus. Not so much. Not so much. Inventory up, skill level up. Yeah, this one's not good. This is definitely going to the professor. This is not the one we were looking for. I can tell you that right now. Simply because it doesn't have berry finding and helping bonus, which is exactly what we need. The one we got yesterday, 88 PR, 89 PR. I forget exactly which. Yeah, this one. This one ain't it, Chief. This one ain't it. So, yeah. Looks like we're going home pretty empty-handed today. All right, well, easy decision. Without helping bonus and berry finding, it's just not gonna do what we needed to do. So, not really a point to testing or experimenting with that one. Okay. So now for the no new news, even though we should have new news because, you know, they, as somebody in the comments put, had an announcement to announce an announcement. We should have some new news very soon. We only have 9 days left before this starts, so surely we have to hear something in the next couple of days. But so far, I don't know. Anyway, no new news, new community reports. We've got about 43 of them, 38. Oh. All right, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10 that doubled up. Ooh, that's kind of low. But it is what it is. All right, no level ups today. But that means we can get into the meat and potatoes. We already know Gardevoir didn't trigger. That is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and collect everything from Gardevoir. clear out that inventory so we can trigger. Nothing there. Nope, nothing there. Skill trigger here. Nope. No skill triggers at all, but that's okay. We're still at a pretty decent amount of energy. I think we might still be either just over 100 or pretty close to 100, so I think we're all right. As far as breakfast, though, I was hoping I had enough. I don't. I was hoping I had enough for, where's it at? Where is it at? Oh, never mind. I'm looking for the wrong thing. Where is it, though? I thought there was something here, but I guess I'm just losing it. I was looking for the drought katsu curry at first, and that is definitely not here because this is salads. Anyway, things are not going well on the salad front, but with it being Saturday, I don't really know if I'm going to even whoa, chill out. If I'm gonna bother with much of anything else, but I am running out of ingredients. I think we're gonna do this salad. And I don't know. Let me see how far we need to go to get to 8 spawns. I don't think we've got too far, but I don't think it's really possible either. And tomorrow is not going to be fun if we do not have a good amount of ingredients. Oh, no, I take that back. We've got a little bit to go. We need 68.7 million essentially. And this will put us at not very much. That 10,000 is not helping. Basically, all right, we need about 60,000 essentially. 60? No. 80. 80,000 more strength. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. I feel like we could probably get that throughout the day with this team. But we're not gonna have anything for tomorrow. And the question is, do we care? Or are we just gonna make some baby meals tomorrow? I don't know, man. I feel like I should, because Master 3 is still something I would like to hit, but I just don't think it's possible. We did make it to Ultra 4 for a small dream cluster, but oh, we do need to use some candies too. I didn't even realize that. Need to use some candies, so we'll do that probably tomorrow. Because I've got a couple of ideas of who I want to use them on, but I'm not gonna do it just yet. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Do we keep this team now, or do we swap into ingredients now? I feel like I think we keep this team for now. If I can get to 650,000 drowsy power or strength, yeah, I think that's the plan. That's the plan. We're gonna get to 650,000 strength. Then I'm gonna swap this team around for some grocery shopping. And then we're gonna stock up some ingredients, not only for tomorrow, but hopefully also for next week. And that will give us exactly who we're gonna invest in as well for those 262 candies. You know what? I already know who it's gonna be. Let's just do it now. We all know who it's gonna be. I don't know why I'm beating around the bush. Of course it's gonna be this guy. If we have enough. We almost have enough. That's not bad. How much more do we need? 262, we need 59, so that's what, 20 candies? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that easily. 20 candies gives me 60. I used too many. Oh well, I told you my brain wasn't working right now. What we want, we actually want a little more. We want more than that. Let's see. Something we haven't used in a while, but I do like when we get to use it, is the, where's it at? XP calculator. Let's check the XP table. It is a normal Pokemon. Sure. let's go ahead and select Stuffle. Where you at, buddy? Currently at level 28 with 23 XP to go, which means to get to level 30, I need 10 handy candies because we have 0 Stuffle candies. Cool. 10 will get us to level 30, and then it only takes 40 to evolve. Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. Let's, you know what? Why not? Why not? How much does it take to get to 40 candies with 3 each? 12? 22 candies. Let's get to 30. Level 30, come on. One more, there we go. Ooh, we don't have enough candies. Still need to use 2 more. That is unfortunate. Oh well. It's gonna be worth it in the long run, because it's finally time. All right. Nope, missed. There we go. 2 more candies. Gonna be very much worth it in the long run. By a lot. Having this level of corn production is going to open up so many avenues, and it's going to make the high tier recipes that were requiring a lot of corn, especially the Inferno Keema curry, going to make that so much easier to make. And it's going to make it easier to stock up corn for the long term, like we did with the Inte event. Go ahead and stock it up. I don't think it's in what we're going to make for the Suicune event, but in future events, it will make it easier to go ahead and stock up on it now. And we're going to use this guy for a long time. So that's good. I know I haven't changed my team. I wasn't trying to. Was not trying to. But that does mean that we can collect that mission. Ooh, we got a medal too, it looked like. Another 15 diamonds, probably for getting a certain number of Pokemon to level 30, if I had to guess what that medal's for. Oh no, how many candies I've used to level up Pokemon? 15,000. And how many times I've evolved befriended Pokemon? 46 times. Nice, 900 Dream Shards and 2 small ingredient tickets? Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, now with all that out of the way, and with a plan in place to get to 650,000 strength, and then swap out for ingredients, now we have that plan in place. Now, I can get to something that a lot of people have been asking about over these past few months, but came up again a couple of days ago in the Discord. Several folks were asking, what do I have in my Pokemon box? They would like to see it. So, we're going to go through this together. I'm going to go through both my box in-game and my box on the Raynon website, and we will go through it together, and I will make sure that it's updated while I'm here. Of course, as you know, whenever you rate a Pokemon, you pick a Graveler, put its sub-skills in, whatever they are, blah, 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 nature, blah, and then you calculate it, you like it, you hit this button, it asks you what level it is, and then you hit this button here to save it, which puts it in your box. And so that is why I have all of these Pokemon here, because I've done this over the course of playing the game. I've tried to keep up with them every now and then, but sometimes they get away from me because sometimes they just level up a little faster than you expect. But we can go through these pretty quickly. So we've got Venusaur, level 34, Charizard, level 32. We've got 2 Blastoise, one that's shiny at level 47, one that's not at level 35, shiny Caterpie at level 11, a shiny Butterfree at level 37. I used to use that Butterfree quite a lot back in the early days. I think I got it like my 2nd or 3rd week playing the game. Let's see. When did I catch you? August 6th. So yeah, that was like my 2nd week playing the game, I think, because I did not start on day 1. I think I started about a week late. And you can see 600 hours almost of sleeping time shared with Butterfree. I used it quite a lot back in the day. It was very good to me for a long time. Let's see, and then I've got a shiny Raticate at level 27, 2 shiny Ekans, one at 13 and one at 10, and then a regular Ekans at level 9. Then we've got a level 13 shiny Pikachu. The event Pikachus are all the way down at the bottom, but we do have those here. Halloween Pikachu and Festival Pikachu, level 30. Nope. Level 12. Each of them are level 12, so that makes sense. Then we've got, let's scroll back up. Raichu is level 39. In the box, he's level 38. So simple. Now that he's level 39, we go ahead and click on him, change the level, and select update. And let's see, we've got a level 15 Vulpix, a level 12 Jigglypuff, a level 30 Wigglytuff. Why do I still have this Jigglypuff? Why do I have you? I have no idea. I think I know why I kept it originally. I think because Pecha Berries were super hard to come by. I mean, they are still hard to come by, but when do we ever use them? Yeah, and this one is significantly better than this one by a lot. I'm actually, on a skill trigger rating, yeah, probably 80, but when it comes to just in general, this one is super good. Helping bonus and berry finding, yeah, that's a really good one. And 2 skill trigger sub skills with ingredient finding down, yeah, that's pretty good. Way better than this one. So we're actually going to go ahead and send this one to the professor. We're going to clear out the box a little bit. So whenever you send one to the professor and you want to clear it out of the box, you click on it and you just hit this little red send to the professor button right down here in the bottom left of the pop-up, and boom, it's gone. And now our box is a little bit cleaner. We've got a Doug Trio at level 30, another at level 22, a Meowth at level 15. I'm not sure why it does this on some of these Pokemon where it doesn't have their name, it just has their Pokedex number. As far as I know, I have not changed the name. Still looks like Meowth there. But sometimes it just shows the number and not the name, and I'm not sure why. We have a level 16 Psyduck. We have a 31 Primeape, a 24 Primeape. Ooh, you leveled up somehow. How did you level up? I didn't think I'd used you on the team. Interesting. Okay. Level 19 Shiny Arcanine, a level 14 Bellsprout, a level 12 Shiny Bellsprout, a 39 Victory Bell, 21 Shiny Graveler, a level 25 Golem, which may be very helpful soon with these soybean updates. Not the best sub skills, but pretty solid for when I caught it back in the day. I've had this one a while as well, used it for a little while. So it is useful, may become more useful with soybeans if the dishes are actually buffed to be a lot stronger, but this guy may also come in and just bully him out of the way, because one, it's shiny, so you know we want to use it, but also it's got soybeans at level 60 and potatoes at 30, so might be more helpful, but we'll just have to wait and see how the updates go, and then check it out next time we go to Taupe. All right, then we've got two level 13 Slowpokes, one shiny, one not. This one will be my Slowking eventually whenever I get around to doing it. Then we've got a 32 Slowbro, which was my tail gatherer for a little while that I caught while, I believe I caught while I was on, I think I was on my honeymoon when I caught this one. Yep, sure was. So caught that one while I was on honeymoon. And then we've got a level 18 Magneton, a level 24 Dodrio, a couple of Ghastly line, one Ghastly that's actually very good, and I would argue has one of the better ingredient spreads for a Ghastly in my opinion, but also has helping bonus, berry finding, inventory up L, helping speed, and skill trigger, so this makes it a very, very, very good pseudo berry gatherer. Probably not going to rely on it to get the herbs and mushrooms because Ghastly already has well, Gengar, once we evolve it, has a very low ingredient rate, as you can see. So not the best, but it's very, very fast. So it can act as like a pseudo berry specialist. It's not as good as a proper berry specialist, but you can get a lot of strength out of it, especially in the early game. So probably going to use this for something down the road, but we also have two level 34 Gengars, Onyx at level 21, two level 30 Marowaks, so you actually need to be updated. 46%. Why do I still have you? Is it just because... Actually, why do I? Because this one's definitely the stronger of the two. By quite a lot. I'm not sure why I have this second Marowak. Although I'm not sure I want to get rid of it either. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to get rid of it. Something's telling me not to get rid of it, even though it's nowhere near as strong as the other one. And I would definitely use the other one over that one. But for some reason, my brain is telling me don't get rid of it. I don't know. It's probably why I have too many Pokemon in my box. But let's move on. Kangaskhan at level 20. Mr. Mime at level 19. A Pinsir at level 21. I've got two Dittos, one at 27, one at 23. Both the exact same PR. Yay. Ditto can be very good in the early game, but even in the early game, I don't think I really used it too much. As you can see, I don't even have them at level 30. Both of their sub skills kind of bad. So yeah, don't know what I'm gonna do with those. Hopefully catch a better one, honestly. Then we've got a bunch of Eevees. One of them, two of them, I think I haven't put in the box yet because I wasn't sure what to do. This question mark is the Eevee from the other day where I was asking you guys, what should we do with it? Because it has berry finding at level 10. General consensus, like I said the other day, seems to be try to hunt a better one, don't worry about evolving it, but I did want to hold on to it just in case, so I do need to add that to the box. But we will do that later. I don't want to keep bouncing back and forth between menus. This Eevee, on the other hand, I don't know what you are. Oh yeah, you were the one that was pretty good if it wasn't for the nature. Probably also one I'm gonna hold on to for a little while. Could be potentially very good if it just wasn't for that nature. I need to put this one in the box. I think that's what happened is I saw the nature and I just didn't save it. So that one I need to put in the box as well. Then of course we have our Flareon at level 51, so we need to update that. Getting very close to that level cap, buddy. Good, good. All right, so we got 13, 11. Oh, where's my... Yeah, you're level 11. So skills 88 is level 11. I usually don't rename the Pokemon in the box, but since they are Eevees and it's very hard to differentiate between them, and I expect to probably have a few Eevees at a time. That's why I renamed the Eevees, which very simple. Just come in here, type in whatever name you want, and then it'll save it once you hit update, and you can see that. So it does help in a lot of regards. Let's see. Let's move on. Dratini, you, I think we're actually pretty decent, but I don't remember if I was actually going to save you or not. I feel like I was going to, because I do like all those sub skills. I think I was going to save you. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just don't want to get rid of a Dratini because they're kind of very good. But this one's also not in my box right now, so leaving the name blank so that I know which one is not there, or leaving the name default. We've got a level 13 Dratini, which is pretty solid. That one right there. Pretty decent sub skills. Nature is neutral, but overall not too bad. We've got another Dratini that's level 12, which is this guy right here. Probably gonna be the one I get rid of from what everybody was saying. This one, yeah, helping bonus is nice, but I think we could do better. But I just haven't decided yet if I want to get rid of it. 67, probably also going to get rid of. Talking so fast, I'm slurring my words together. Level 35 for the Dragonair and level 32 for the other Dragonair with berry finding. So pretty good Dragonair there. All right, let's move on. Generation 2. We've got one Chikorita and a Meganium, and this is the Chikorita that we need to send to the professor that we caught today, so let's get rid of that. All right, so we've got a Chikorita at level 14, a Meganium at level 29, a Typhlosion at 32, a Totodile at 15. Still have not caught a good Totodile or a very good Cyndaquil. Just made do with what I had for the Entei event. Hopefully we don't have to do the same for Suicune with the Totodile, but we'll have to see. We're definitely going to have to go back to Cyan Beach and try to find us a Totodile. I have a Cleffa at... Oh, there it is. I skipped right past it. Level 10. I was very confused. I have a shiny Igglybuff at level 15, a Togepi at level 8. This one probably need to get rid of. It's not super fantastic. It just was one I caught very early on and seemed really good at the time. Yeah, main skill chance down is pretty bad. So this was like a pseudo Pecha Berry specialist, but then come to find out we're not really caring about Pecha Berries, so probably gonna get rid of that at some point. Then we've got the Togetic at level 15. This one is actually pretty good for a skill specialist. Not the best, but pretty good. Could be a nice Togekiss down the road if we ever need one. We've got Ampharos at level 25. We've got Sudowoodo at level 14. Our gorgeous Espeon, which is not named correctly, but I'm not super worried about it, at level 29. So that's good. Shiny Wobbuffet at level 14. The one Heracross I've ever caught that I used a Master Biscuit on, and it was not a good idea. I don't think I've caught a good Pokemon with a Master Biscuit yet. So we're going like 0 for 4 on the Master Biscuits and good Pokemon right now. 3 Delibirds, because I couldn't make up my mind on what I wanted to do. I know the main one I want to use, the level 30. So we've got one at 30, one at 24, one at 21. Ingredient spreads, none of them are really the most ideal, but they will work for a while. So there's that. Did level up this one guy to level 30 because he has apples and has good sub skills, so could be a good apple gatherer for me for a little while. We've got a Houndour, which I caught forever ago, very early on, and I don't know if I've ever used him. No, haven't used him, but helping bonus, pretty good. Could be good down the road if we ever need to use them for Dark Berries. If there's a Darkrai event or something, that would be really cool. Then we've got, of course, the 2 legendaries, Raikou and Entei, level 28 and 27 respectively. Then I've got a couple of Larvitar line. Got the Larvitar at level 13, which is a pretty solid guy. Helping speed, ingredient finder, berry finding, another ingredient finder and dream shard bonus with a brave nature. So not too bad. One of these will be will stay a Pupitar and the other will evolve into a Tyranitar. I just haven't decided which one would be the best Tyranitar candidate yet, because Tyranitar does switch types when you evolve it. It switches from rock to dark type, so I don't really know which one's going to be the better one to evolve into the Tyranitar. Probably going to be the guy with berry finding, to be honest with you, just to double up on the dark berries. But haven't quite decided yet. Figured I'd wait until we actually need to worry about it. So gonna hold on to those for a while. Then we've got a Curlia, currently the Gallade candidate that I have right now. It's not the best Gallade it could be, but if we ever get to a point where we absolutely have to have a Gallade, I do have one. Actually, I didn't even think to look. Yes, it is male. Cool. So we can evolve that one to a Gallade. And then Gardevoir, of course, been on the team for a couple of weeks now. You guys know Gardevoir very well. Level 30. Oh, currently level 31 now. Let's go ahead and update that. And then we've got a, where you at, buddy? A Slackoth, which is not, is it an ingredient specialist? The berry specialist. But it has like not very good berry specialist stats. So that's why I named it Ingredient 88, because I calculated this forever ago, back in November, back before I really had a more firm grasp on the game. So not great. We do need a better one. So hopefully I'll get a better one eventually. And we've got a level 13 Gulpin, 2 shiny Swablu, level 13 and 12, and then the good Swablus that are 92 and 91 PR respectively. level 25 and level 11. The level 25 has berry finding at level 10, so that's why it is level 25 getting ready to evolve. But the other one, also berry finding at level 10 with energy recovery bonus. So yeah, could be very nice. I think we're pretty well covered for dragon berries if we ever need to worry about them. So not really worried about catching more Swablu, to be honest with you. I did have an Altaria, but when I went through the box last week, I went ahead and got rid of it because there wasn't really a point. It was only like 40 or 50 PR, and we have 2 Swablus that are way better. So that's why this one's level 25. I did level it up last week, I believe. Then we've got a level 14 Shuppet, 2 Absol at level 24 and 17. Neither of them super fantastic, but holding on to them just because you never know when you're going to need them and be able to use them, and they're such a rare Pokemon to find. I didn't want to just toss them away too easily. We've got our Walrein, of course, which has been on the team all week for the Growth Week bonus and the Helping bonus. Level 36, so let's update that now. And then a level 12 Riolu, not really helpful. A level 33 Shiny Toxicroak, a 29 regular Toxicroak, a level 28 now. A Snover will be an Abomasnow soon. A level 18 Abomasnow that doubled up on tomatoes, so I kept it on the team for that. It might actually be better for tomatoes. I think it is better for tomatoes than my Venusaur, so that's why I still have it, just to throw it on the team whenever I do need those tomatoes. 2 Dedenne. Neither of them super great, but I kept them because you can put them both on the team together to try to hopefully stack their main skill triggers. So kept them both for that reason, in case I ever want to stack it up for a particular Sunday or something like that. That way I have them when I need them. Actually, we do have this no longer Stuffle that we need to evolve, so we'll click on it, click on Beware, set it to level 30, and say that we have evolved it once, evolution count 1, update, boom. Now we've got 2 Beware, one at level 30, one at level 35. And of course, to cap it all off, we have our beautiful shiny orange bird Cramorant at level 23. So that is the contents of my Pokemon box, and a little small tutorial on how to just kind of maintain the box. You can go through every week or two. You don't have to go through every day and update everything. I certainly don't. Sometimes I go several weeks without updating it, but it is helpful when you're going into team analysis or production comparison to make sure that your Pokemon are accurate, so that's less things you have to change when you're in those screens. So going through every now and then just to kind of update it and maintain the box, very good idea. But that said, that is gonna be where we wrap it up today. A little tour. That tour of the Pokemon box took way longer than I thought, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. And make sure while you're down there to go ahead and join us in the Discord. That link is in the description. We are having a lot of fun over there. Like I said, this was a topic that was brought up in the Discord. So if you want to have me go through certain things and show them off, like the Pokemon box today, the Discord is a great place to do that. Go ahead and join us there. That said, before I run on and rant again, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are trying to get to 1,000, at which point I do have a 1,000 subscriber special coming out. I'm trying to get there before September because that will be my 1 year anniversary of Pokemon Sleep. So it'd be nice to get to 1,000 before that. So that said, thank you again for watching the video. Y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on the final day of the growth week, and before we get into it, I'm feeling a little bit weird today. I think there's some allergies or something going around, but nose is all stuffy, so if I sound a bit weird, sorry about that. But we are on the final day of growth week, and let's just jump into it. As you can see, I did switch the team already because we got 0 sneaky snacking. We are going to get 100 sleep points, puts us at 6,186 for our total. And for our daily lottery, we can grab hopefully some diamonds. I do kind of desperately need some diamonds. Small ingredient tickets, not bad. I do need those as well. I've used a few over this week just because of how things have been going. And since the new week, the month rolled over about a week ago, that's what I was trying to say. We can go ahead and grab our master biscuit for the month. Let's pick that up. And possibly, yeah, we have enough to buy everything. I mean, is there really any reason for me to hold on to it? Well, no, hold on. Before we do that, we definitely want to buy the easy travel ticket. You want to make sure to buy that every month. It is very good to have several on hand, especially for when events roll around and you want to make sure you get a particular dish. Very good for that. It helped me quite a lot with Entei. We can buy quite a bit of Poke Biscuits, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off. For some reason, I just want to buy them all at once, just to make sure I remember, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's jump into this sleep report now that we've got the Master Biscuit and the easy travel ticket, because those are the most important things. And we should, well, I don't know what we're gonna get. I would like to get dozing at some point this week. Well, that's a lot of dozing. 14%. Unfortunately, with 42% snoozing and 44% slumbering, that might be okay. It's not balanced. I thought it was going to be balanced. Dozing is pretty good. I want the dozing because that means we have a chance of Dratini, and that is ultimately what I'm looking for the extra candies. I was about to say that's a lot of 3 stars, but 3-star sleeps are good. 66.8 million. I think we were no, we got enough. Okay, I was about to say I think we were just shy of what we needed. Oh, we're just shy of what we needed for the 8 spawns. I think I needed like another 8,000 drowsy power. Well, that kind of sucks. Oh well, I did use another incense. Of course, you can see exactly what it is down there in the bottom. But we also got a new sleep style. But at least we will have 8 spawns tomorrow. So that's good. Let's see, we've got Chikorita, Ekans, Psyduck, Bellsprout, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and another Psyduck. No Dratini. That is the worst. I mean, we're getting plenty of Bellsprout candy, so that's good. Our Victory Bell will be happy. The Atop Belly Primate. All right. Have I seen a Primate before? I have. Okay, I've seen a few of them. All right. Well, now that that's done, hopefully Chikorita's hungry. Chikorita is the one that I want to take home. Bellsprout would also be nice to take another one home because we could use a better one. But Chikorita is the top priority. Nobody's hungry. Let's see. Yep. Venusaur. Yeah, no one's hungry, so let's see what we can do with this Chikorita. Hopefully take it home. 3. All right, no big hit there. That's okay. If we get a big hit here, it'll be fine. That'll be nice. Come on, Chikorita. No. And watch, now it's full. Oh, nice. Okay, good. Good, we can take this home. All right, we got another shot at a good Chikorita. Okay, and now, let's just feed the Bellsprout what we can. Just to make sure that we can take it home next time we see it. I doubt we're gonna be able to take it home today. Okay, one more. All right. We're not gonna take this home unless we get a big hit right here. Nope. No luck. Still not full. Interesting. I mean, we could get a big hit right here. That'd be really nice. No. How long has it been since I've gotten a big hit? Now it's going to be full with 1 pip left. Yeah. Go figure. All right. Well, that's fine. Did we get another Bellsprout? Were there 2? No, there were 2 Psyducks. That's what it was. All right. Whatever. Well, at least we'll take the Bellsprout home next time, and we've got the Chikorita, which honestly, that is the main thing. Like I said earlier, that is top priority. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, let's send out. What is gonna be the most helpful? It's actually an interesting question. Chikorita is really helpful, but only on Lapis. Bellsprout has potatoes. Bulbasaur is only honey and tomatoes. And what else? I forget what else Bulbasaur has. I don't think it's super great anyway. Maybe also potatoes? Let's send out the Bellsprout candy. Victory Bell is just too good at tomatoes and potatoes. I think that's probably a safe bet. Let's see, we got 15 candies from the Atop Belly, the Venusaur, 12 Bulbasaur candies, nice, 11 Bellsprout. Yeah, we got a good amount of candies today, and that was a 2-star Chikorita sleep. Yeah, we're doing pretty all right. We're doing all right. We're also gonna grab about 10 grand in Dream Shards, so that's nice. I definitely need more Dream Shards. All right, level 14 in Docile Chikorita. All right, come on. Docile, I think, is neutral, if I remember correctly. Ingredient spread, not super concerned about. Energy recovery, no! We're already starting off terribly. Energy recovery and ingredient spread, ingredient finder. Nah. Inventory, helping speed, skill trigger, yep. Well, y'all already know what's gonna happen with this one, but we're just gonna see how good it is. Total strength, yep. Let's calculate berry strength. I'm more concerned with berry strength than anything else on this Chikorita specifically. I don't know how much I want to switch to berry strength with my berry specialist versus total strength. Just yet. We'll figure that out eventually, but this Chikorita is bad. Even if we didn't have a decent one already, this one's pretty bad. So, we know the fate of this Chikorita. Let's go ahead and move on. It looks like the Chikorita hunt continues. It's not treating us as badly as the Pichu did back in the day, but it's pretty bad. I see a red icon there. Is that new news? It's not. It's not new news. It was just a medal. Psyched me out. Ooh, 340 Pokemon befriended and a sleep research with a team above 11,400. Nice. 3,900 Dream Shards and a shiny stone. Very good. Hold on. That's not possible. Hold on. I gotta look into this right now while I'm thinking about it. That's not possible. I switched to this team this morning. This is the team that just got me that medal. So you can change the team after doing your sleep session. You can review your sleep session later, change your team to be the RP that's above the medal target, then do the sleep research and get the medal. Because I went to bed with this team, and this team is not above 11,400. So that's interesting. You can cheese the medal a little bit. Not a big deal, honestly, but you can cheese the medal. It was a big deal to my brain because I don't even remember what the rewards were that I just got for those 2 medals because I was just so distracted I didn't even look at them. So I'll have to check that when I go back in and edit the video. All right, 41 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. They doubled up. Nice. Not bad at all. See a lot of shiny icons there. Very nice. All right. No level ups. And we can get into the meat and potatoes quite literally because I did switch out to a grocery shopping team as soon as I woke up this morning because we are desperately low on ingredients with only 195 when about 100 of them are corn. Probably could have done without putting Beware on the team to get more corn, but you know what? Never hurts to have too much corn. Let's see, can we get another skill trigger? You did give me one this morning when I woke up. Nope, no dice. All right, well, let's see what we can do about breakfast. Calm Mind fruit salad. I'm okay with that. I mean, I wish we had enough for the green grass salad, but we're missing a lot. So that's not happening. We do have enough. Make a decent one though. Let's see. Let's just throw everything in here. I mean, we're gonna use almost everything anyway. We could use some extra corn. We got Beware on the team. Let's just fill the rest with corn. It's fine. We've got plenty. We've got Beware on the team. If this goes extra tasty, that'll be even better. Even better. All right, so that's gonna be 75,475. Well, that is definitely 8 spawns tomorrow. So looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. All right, well. That should put us, is it gonna, no, I don't think it'll be Master 2. It is just barely Master 2. I was gonna say we might get to Master 3 after all, but I think we got a long way to go. And I don't even know if we can get to Master 3 even with all these ingredients that we're gonna pull in today. Because we don't have any apples coming in. Master 3 is 850. Yeah, we need another 90,000. It's possible, but almost certainly not, unless we specifically try to get a better salad. Where was it? Green grass salad, oil, corn, tomato, potato. We can actually pull that off. Tomato potato is not going to be hard. The oil is going to be the interesting one. You know what? Why not? Let's see if we can do it. Just for science. So we want Victory Bell for the potatoes. We have enough corn, but having more is not going to be the worst. So if we want oil, let's see, who's our best oil person? I'm pretty sure it's still Toxicroak. Let's see. Yes. Still Toxicroak. Yeah. Still the shiny Toxicroak. Problem is, we need somebody else bringing in oil. Because that Toxicroak alone is not going to be enough for lunch and dinner. I mean, we could use this guy. It's not the best scenario because it's only 2. It would be better if I had somebody that brought more oil at level 30. Your mushrooms. Yeah, you get oil at 60. This is not a good spot. Let's see. Ditto. No. Too slow. That's the problem with Ditto. Even if you've got a good ingredient spread, they're just too slow. Their base frequency is so slow. It needs to be reduced by like 10-15%. Probably, yeah, probably closer to 15 or 20% to make it actually viable. Yeah, I think we just have to go with the other Toxicroak and just deal with the only 2. So that means that in reality, we need to not worry about the corn because we're gonna have plenty of that stocked up. We need tomatoes, which I think is the Obama Snow is the best. I think this guy is our best tomato chance. Is he though? He is not. Oh yeah, no, he will be because he's evolved. So his frequency is going to be significantly lower. Yeah, there's that. You're not tomatoes. You are tomatoes. I'm not worried about you. You're too slow. What about you? You do have tomatoes. Oh, you're gonna be nice. Do I really even need a better Bellsprout with you? If I've got you, do I need a better one? You're pretty good. You are pretty good. maybe I already had the bell sprout I needed all along. I just got distracted super bad. Oh, tomatoes is Venusaur. For some reason, I was thinking Venusaur had tomatoes and honey flipped. I wonder how many people were yelling at me in the comments. Or not in the comments. How many people were watching the video yelling at me like, pick Venusaur! Yeah, definitely had a smooth brain moment there. While I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and get rid of this new Chikorita. We don't need it. Send to the professor. Before I forget, another 5 candies. That's good. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna try this. We're gonna see if this team works. I'm not gonna feed lunch now. A lot of times I will do lunch if we get there, but I'm not gonna do it now because I want to get some ingredients built up. Hopefully we can get enough oil before dinner time, but I know sometimes the Toxicroak just fight me on every turn. But being this close to Master 3, I do want to try to get there for that Dratini incense, because as you can see, I have not had any luck getting Dratini to spawn naturally. So I'm going to try to get that Dratini incense, and in the meantime, I'm going to collect these mission rewards and get 1,400 dream shards and another 15 diamonds. Hopefully we can clear the mission board and pick up that incense, because that will be a very, very nice touch. Look at you already. Oh, giving me a Duran Berry. That's cute. Nice. Okay. So that's the plan. We're going to run with this team. I'm going to see if I can get the green grass salad. See if I can make that for lunch. If it goes extra tasty and we don't have to worry about dinner, then we can just stock up some ingredients. If not, hopefully have enough for dinner and just see how it goes. Maybe we can salvage something out of this week with salads. It's not Growth Week's fault. It's the salads. But speaking of Growth Week, kind of wanted to run over my opinions of Growth Week so far. Well, now that we're pretty much at the end, we just have the rest of today and tomorrow's sleep report, and that's going to be it. But all in all, not a bad event. I think most of my negativity towards the event is from the fact that I got salads, so that's not the event's fault. But just looking at the event on its own, the extra candies has been pretty nice. We're going to get a ton of extra candies, especially if you were at an island where you could jump through the ranks really quickly and get 8 spawns very quickly. You probably got a lot of extra candies. I still feel like I got a pretty decent amount of candies, even with it being harder for me to get to that 8 spawn point. So I think that bonus is actually pretty good. Maybe it could have gone to double candies, but that's me being nitpicky. I honestly think the extra 50% is pretty decent on its own. It just would have been nice if I had more incense for stuff that I actually wanted the candies for, rather than only Chikorita. But that's not the event's fault again. That's just the way it worked out for me. The extra sleep XP, that one I think could have been buffed a little bit more. That one probably should have been double. It doesn't really feel like it really made an impact. Not only do I not feel like it really made an impact, I've also read comments from other people and comments in the Discord about how they've had a Pokemon on their team all week and it only grew 2 levels from level 14 to level 16 was one that I remember specifically. So it probably could have been double and would have been fine. I get that this is a long-term game and, you know, we're not really meant to fly through the levels super quickly, but all in all, it probably could have been double and not really hurt anything. I don't think it would have hurt the balance of the game, because at the end of the day, you can only have 5 Pokemon on your team to get that double XP anyway. So I don't think that would have hurt anything. And the fact that Growth Incense doesn't really seem to be a super common item that people just have a ton of on hand, so it's not like you could use that and get ×4 all the time, or, you know, the entire week. I'm sure there would be some people that do have those, but very few. Most players probably wouldn't have been negatively, well, from the developer standpoint, wouldn't have been negatively affected with the ×2. So I feel like that could have been better, but overall, a pretty good event. If I was to give it a rating, I'd say like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's a chill event. It's not meant to be super stressful or for you to like really go out of your way to try to catch anything specific. It's just meant for you to get a little bit of an extra boost throughout your week. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. It was a very solid first chill event. I don't remember any events that we've had before that have just been kind of, hey, just come hang out and get some cool buffs. So for the first chill event that I can think of, and if it's not the first, it's one of the first, it's pretty good. It's a good first start, and I think that just tweaking that helper sleep XP a little bit and bumping that up to a ×2 would have been a really good call. I think that would have been the one thing that really could have taken this to the next level. The extra candies, like I said, they were good, and I'm just being nitpicky if I say to bump that to ×2. That's just me being greedy. So I think that one's fine. Just bump up the sleep XP a little bit, and I think that would have made all the difference. But overall, 8 out of 10 event. I hope we get some more chill events like this in the future that maybe have some different buffs. That would be nice to see, not always getting the exact same buffs. You know, maybe we get, hey, this time we get sleep XP ×2, and instead of extra candies, maybe we get extra sleep points or something. I don't know. I'm having a hard time coming up with anything really crazy right now. But, you know, just to change it up a little bit so it's not just the exact same event, or potentially even just do the growth week every like 3 months or something. It could be a recurring event. That wouldn't be too bad with the same bonuses. I don't know. All in all, I like the event. I like that it was chilled. It doesn't seem like it's going to be the kind of event that gives people event fatigue, because there's always something happening. So it's nice to have every once in a while, so we're not always just, oh, we got to get the next thing. We got to get the next thing, you know? So I liked it. 8 out of 10. Look forward to having another one again. Other than that, we're just going to see how things go. Hopefully we get the ingredients we need to make the green grass salad well, hopefully I get an extra tasty for lunch. That would make it even better if all I got is lunch with an extra tasty and then we ain't got to worry about it. That would be super nice. But that said, that is where I'm going to leave it for today. So thank you for watching the video. Y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that link to the Discord in the description of this video. We got a pretty good community over there. They're real nice folks. They're very happy to talk about anything Pokemon or other video games. And in fact, we're talking about Final Fantasy. We just wrapped that one up in the live stream last night. But that said, go ahead and come join us over there. We've got a nice community. And thank y'all again for watching the video. Y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes.